Great.
Hob spider.
Basically, in your culture, this would also be very, very close to a drider.
I was about to say, could it be called a hob glider?
Basically, it's driders are demented creatures of. Yes. What seems to be the problem? Weird. Let me see.
Twas most tasty.
What do you mean? What happened?
I'm confused on what's going on.
Me too.
What the stream got cut off. What the balls? But according. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, we're good here. All right. That was weird. It looked like it stopped for a second. Also, hello, Jake. Welcome to the chat. Did Winter commit the balls? All right, I'm gonna leave the chat to you. Tell me if that.
Yeah,
Please let me know if that happens again.
Yeah, that's why I've been watching stream, because, like...
Just in case.
Before we were having issues, too. Remember when we first started and said it was offline?
Yeah, it was weird.
It was
Freaking
weird.
Cable One, man. I swear.
You still haven't switched it yet?
I haven't switched yet because I need the time to be here for them, like, doing all the work.
When I'm gone, do it.
Yeah, when you're gone, I'm going to take those 3 days to get the cable switched. Okay, cable internet switched. Because...
Can you get 702 here?
What?
No, you can't. You can't get 702.
No, I can only get... I either choose between Mid-Continent and Cable One. And I'm getting tired of Cable One because... Look at them. But anyways. So, now that the stream is back online and everything's working... So, basically, the creature you see, it looks very, very similar to what a drider is. And for those of you at home who don't know what a drider is, it is a abomination of a drow elf that has, because of its following of Loth, dedicating itself to it, it becomes a beast of Loth, which is a half giant spider, half...
Yes, we fought one before and it wasn't very good. It did not end well for anyone.
No, it did not. I heard the horror stories. But anyways...
I think I was one of the few survivors of the camp.
So basically it's a giant spider mixed with a hobgoblin in this case. A red war-driven goblin.
Lovely.
Aren't all goblins war-driven?
And you see that it's currently holding on. It is currently doing battle with the silver shield member right in front of it.
And there's me. You watch me just kind of run by.
And you just kind of watch your friend run by and go like, "Oh, are you okay?" you seem to have fallen down. But you do see the drider creature, drider-like creature right there.
Do I?
Yes.
You're running this close to it.
Yeah, you're like legitimately 10 feet away from it. So, it's kind of hard to miss. But it seems preoccupied. Wait. Oh, yeah. It's preoccupied with the Silver Shield member right in front of it. Cool. It does not notice you at all. It rolled a nat 1.
It didn't notice me at all?
Did not notice you at all.
I can get a surprise round.
That's if you don't. That's if you
Help
decide
me!
to stop right there.
The Silver Shield member says as he's currently trying to fight this creature.
Oh, he's alive. I better stabilize him quick.
The guy on the ground. You don't know that. The Silver Shield member who's currently fighting it is currently.
Oh.
Asking.
You haven't checked the guy on the ground.
I haven't had time. I just kind of ran through.
But in this case, we're going to roll initiatives.
Oh, yeah.
You're still working on that lockpick.
For 10
do I add to my...
That would be your dexterity.
Is there anything I can roll to make this go
6.
fast?
Wow, he did good. Deliker did good.
Okay, my initiative is 6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly write this down.
You want me to?
Will an
you want a piece of
18
paper?
move
Yes, I do,
this
actually.
along faster?
Potentially.
Potentially, yes. Remember, you rolled that 8 right off the bat.
I know.
Paper?
You're like, if it would have been any less, I would have probably made you roll for the durability of your lockpicks.
Damn.
Where did I set the pen? The pencil that was in here. I might have put it away. Lazy. Miss.
Bendy.
Should be my favorite. Is there another one in there?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I don't care which color.
I normally go for wooden pencils, but
I want to raise one.
When you need a bigger eraser.
Okay, so 6.
Yep. I'm sure I'm last because
I charge. I will put it right next to me and it'll be my baby. I'll let her teeny with
It can wrap me
for
up in a big
Cateus.
snuggle cousin.
As long as it doesn't.
What was your initiative, Cateus?
13.
13.
13 for my initiative.
Monster got a
5.
a 19.
That was not a 5.
No, twas not.
Delacour got a 17. And the Silver Shield member got a...
45.
He got a 4.
T5.
Let's see.
As long as I don't have to deal with them.
Alright.
You're safe.
So, starting, the monster gets to go first. And the monster is going to swing. It's a pretty big glaive at this creature. And by that, it's a Silver Shield member. But it looks at it as like a creature. Here's hoping for the Silver Shield member. Oh, it rolled very low, so... It swings its glaive, and the Silver Shield member kind of leans down and kind of deflects it, kind of like his training is kicking in. He's actually getting this. But that was only attack number 1. He gets a second attack now.
That's garbage.
lovely.
And it rolled so fucking low. With it doubled back with the glaive, only to get blocked again by the shield.
He has a glaive, huh?
Yes, pretty decent sized glaive.
It's, damn.
This room has pretty high ceilings, and it is quite wide, so it is not bad for a glaive. So that was the monster. Now it's Delacour's turn. And Delacour cannot do too much because he doesn't want to get too close. He is going to create or destroy water. No, I'm just kidding. Looking through his spells. He's going to cast... Let's see how much space is between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares, each 5 feet. So 35 feet away. It's going to cast Sacred Flame. It would be instantaneous. Must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. So against my spell modifier. What would be my spell? My spell save. Spell save is 14, so it has to. Oh god, but its dexterity is. Holy crap! These dice are rolling so low. It does not save against the sacred flame, so it's gonna take 1d8 of radiant damage.
Whoa.
What? I knew. Delacour did something right for once, and he actually did a pretty decent amount of damage. So you guys, you see Delacour say, "Stand back! I got this." As he extends his hand and you see a radiant light shine from within it, the palm of his hand. And
I don't see anything.
And you see this spider hobgoblin creature, like start to like respond really, really badly as a type of white flame hits it. It does not look happy the fact that it took damage.
It's like my next target.
Just
That's my character right there. Just
So that was Dalaker's, unless there's something else he can do. Is there anything...
see, this is how intelligent my character is. It takes him 10 whole minutes to figure out a pickle
One
object.
action. I could cast this as a bonus action, but I'm going to save that for right now. Dalaker, that's going to be what Dalaker does. Next up would be Kateus.
Me?
Yes.
You!
Me?
Yes, you.
Moi?
Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? So you do notice that that Dalaker was able to shoot some kind of white flame at it, and it did not respond well to it. It has still not. It rolled a nat 1, so it does not know you're there.
Oh, Jesus.
My God.
Time for your secret crime.
But the question is, do you want to see if this guy's all right?
Yeah, well, I'm standing right next to him. I'm just gonna look at him.
We'll just check his pulse real quick.
Sure. Hey, buddy.
It's very, very faint, but it's there.
Move him out of the way and then move over.
Would it be a full action to stabilize him, or a minor action?
It depends. How well do you roll on your heal action? Roll me a heal roll.
Medicine, right?
Oh yeah, a medicine roll, and then.
Heal is 4th ed.
I know. I'm sorry. I keep getting
It's medicine.
roll. It depends. Roll me medicine, and we'll see if it's a full action or a minor action. Actually, no. Technically, stabilizing you can do as a minor action. But if you wanted to do like healing or actually
I'm not
like,
healing this guy.
then it would be a full action.
Yeah, you're just stabilizing.
You're just
right?
stabilizing. You're just stopping him from bleeding.
Stopping the death of the guy.
I'm going to prevent the death.
You're stopping him from bleeding out
That's
further.
the one. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be a good person.
you quickly take some bandages from your pouch and you just wrap him up real quick.
What kind of weapon does this guy have?
This guy, the standard equipment that these guys carry is they would carry a spear on their back. And on their sides they're each carrying silver scimitars and a shield, as well as chainmail armor. Not a standard equipment.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, if he was a specialty member, like say Riga, the actual leader, they have specialty weapons.
Let's see. What do I want to do with this guy? I do stuff, I suppose.
I'm going to.
Exactly.
That sounds like it felt good.
Yeah, it actually didn't feel that bad.
I'm going to use a bonus action.
A bonus action.
Bonus action.
A boner cast.
Jeez, that's already stolen.
It's already taken. I'm not copywriting or anything.
To summon my glaive to my hands, because I too have a glaive.
Glaive, come to my hand. All of a sudden, your glaive magically appears to your hand using your abilities.
And I'm
The
going
power
to,
of Grayskull!
and
By
I'm
the
going to
power
attack
of
it
Grayskull.
with my glaive.
And because it does not notice you, you get to roll with advantage. So roll the hits, my good sir.
We should toss me some cheese.
Cheez-Its or wheat thins? I have both. I have an open box here, so here you
Good thing
go.
I get advantage.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I just happened to lean back and
My advantage gave me 1 point higher.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I had both sitting over here. I just haven't opened that one yet. I have original and pepper jack ones.
14.
You try to swing. You swing your glaive at it, and it kind of bounces
pepper jack
off
ones
the
are
exoskeleton of the spider half. It now sees you, and it's not happy with you.
That's fine.
It just you try to hit it, it bounces off. Kink. It looks
I
over.
thought you were rolling stealth.
I was rolling stealth? No, I was going to attack.
Yeah, you're rolling. Yeah,
Oh, I thought you were rolling to stabilize unless you're dead.
Oh, yeah, I stabilized.
yeah, stabilizing doesn't require a roll.
I wasn't healing.
If he was trying to stabilize and heal, it'd be different.
Yeah.
Or say the person was actually like at the brink of death.
Can I stealthily try to get close to the guy on the floor?
You could definitely try.
Try.
Roll me stealth. I saw that. No rerolls. That was a 6.
With my medicine, 9.
For healing? Well, you were trying to sneak first.
I was trying to sneak first.
So 9? Yeah, you don't sneak. Actually, you know what? Fair enough. No, it noticed you.
Dang it. Oh, no, that would have been a 7. My stealth would have been a 7.
Yeah, it noticed you hardcore. But that's 15, 16.
16, nope. 19.
19? That guy is not only not bleeding, he actually is looking a bit better. He's not getting up anytime soon, but he looks better. He looks much better. You stopped the bleeding. You brought him back to 0. But he's still unconscious.
Isn't that what stabilizing does?
Stabilizing stops the bleeding, essentially. It's technically like freezing them. It's like bringing them back to 0, as long as they rest. In this case, she just made sure that he doesn't need like an extended rest to bring him back to 0. He's just at 0. If that makes sense. Stabilizing essentially brings him back to 0. But she just made sure that it was. Was there any magic or anything you wanted to cast? Or?
Not right now.
Well, in that case...
Because I don't think it's my turn yet.
Well, that you wouldn't be able to stealth or move closer to it if it wasn't your turn. And it is your turn, yes.
Well...
I'm just like sitting in the basement going...
just in the middle of all of this. Just in the middle of all of this, out of turn, you just walk up to him. Fourth wall! Breaking the fourth wall. Take a drink.
Well, how close am I now?
Well, now you can move your character up to where, probably right next to Cateus.
Okay.
Because that's how close you would have to be without preventing an opportunity attack to help the guy.
Okay.
I
So,
think I pulled up my glaive.
Okay. So I'm now right here. And
you're pretty darn close.
I'm 10 feet away from... 5 feet away, right?
Yep, 5 feet away.
I'm 10 feet
could.
away. So I'm still 10 feet away from the guy.
No, I'd...
No, I am. Me.
You
I am.
Well, technically you're 10 feet along the lines. That 10 feet square, the mark that would make it 10 feet is right there. And
Yeah, the glaive you have reach of 10.
yes, that is what he was referring to. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bully.
Well, I was going to use poison spray on that thing.
Is it a cone or of effect?
It is instantaneous, and it would go towards him, and I believe it's only the creature.
Well, let me ask you. Let me see. Actually, let me take a look. Sorry, just want to take a real look at this myself. Range 10 feet. You extend your hand toward the creature, and you can see within range and project up. Oh, you can project. Okay, so basically, it's like shooting it directly at it.
Yeah, that's what
The creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. What is your spell save?
For that one, 13.
Okay. In that case, he's going to try to roll.
Okay.
Oh my god. This monster is rolling so badly.
Please, Jesus.
Well, you don't roll against it. It's a saving throw.
Right, but I still have to roll the poison damage.
Yes, which would be a die 12.
Yeah, which I did.
Okay.
And you said he failed, right?
Yes, he failed. He's got to take all of this.
So, I rolled 8.
So,
And I don't add anything, right?
as far as I know, unless there's something else I don't know about. No? Okay. So, yes, 8 points of damage. But it's 8 points of fire damage. And you're noticing that this creature... Poison damage.
I was gonna
Sorry,
say.
poison damage. You're noticing that this creature does not like the poison.
Ha!
But it
What
seems...
your spew?
I thought about it, but I'm going to save it for something
That was
really
just a
nice.
cantrip.
I'm about to say, that's a cantrip?
Yeah.
Poison spray is
Would
a
that count as
badass
your
cantrip.
action, or...
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
This is my Yeah.
I'm covering my bases, that's all.
Aren't cantrips like
Well, cantrips
at
are...
will spells?
Yeah, essentially.
You can use them all day long.
All right. Now that you're able to do some damage, you've used used your movement action. Okay, yeah. Next up is the Silver Shield member, and we're gonna roll to see how well he's handling all this.
Damn, I forgot to
Not
get skinny
well.
for some reason.
He is shiting himself. He's terrified at the situation that he's in. The thing is, this creature has a very special ability when it's in combat with something that you guys will get to see next round.
Oh boy.
And you all of a sudden see the Silver Shield member drop his weapon.
What does he have?
He was dropping. He was holding one of his scimitars.
Yeah.
But did you notice he has a? What is the term for it? A pole arm that has a little has an axe on the top head.
Halberd.
A halberd on his back. And you see him drop to his feet and say, "Please don't hurt me. I promise I will free your endless slave." He doesn't seem to be in his right mind.
Uh-oh.
In fact, you two right next to him should roll me a perception check.
1921!
You can tell this is magic. The creature is bending its way, bending the Silver Shield's will.
I was gonna say.
All of a sudden, you see the Silver Shield member kind of get back up to his feet. Yes, master, I will do what I am told. You can tell there's some magic afoot. And you now see
magic afoot.
You now see the Silver Shield member stand back up and say, "Yes, master, I will do as you asked."
Snap out of it.
As he pulls out his halberd and moves up one space to attack the wizard.
Right here?
Yep.
No, boy.
He's gonna roll to attack the wizard. Oh my god! He rolled a nat 20!
No!
Oh!
Damage.
What do I need to...
It would be nothing to prevent it. It's against armor class.
And it's a nat 20.
And it's a nat 20. It's critical. Oh, okay. 1 and then was a 1. Oh, they're both 1s. You got the most minimum damage possible. You still take 7 points of damage though, as you are essentially slashed across your shoulder.
Then I'm at 8. I'm at 8 HP.
That's crazy.
Wait, you told me 7. Yeah, you told me 7
Yeah,
points.
7 points of damage. Imagine if this would have been max damage.
I'm at 8. My armor class is 11.
Oh my god! Why are you so close?
Doesn't Pepper Spray have a range of 10 feet?
Yes.
You did not have to get right next to him. You big silly.
I wasn't right next to him.
Oh.
He moved up to me.
Oh.
As a magic user, you still shouldn't have gotten too close.
Well, then I would have needed something else.
You would have honestly. I would have gotten behind Kateus and then tried to cast something.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I just noticed I still have this scarf when I almost cut my foot in half.
That was his.
See this line right here? The little scarf?
That was his move. So
I was literally
moving back up to the top of the list.
jeez.
Moving back up to the top of the list, the monster.
Okay, bored.
The monster is now going to turn to face his new adversaries.
Monster!
Which is I.
And now that since the monster sees that
We're screwed.
since the monster sees that his minion is fighting you, the monster is going to attack you with his glaive.
That's fine.
Except
That'll be
I'm
fine.
also in the line of fire.
Actually, now that it's the monster, no, it would be on your guys' turn. Never mind. I thought I was gonna have you roll, but it's the. Ooh. 19 versus armor class.
19 versus armor class. You know what, bro? I'm gonna use my reaction to use the shield spell.
Oh. What does that do?
Let's find out. Basically gives me +5 armor class till the end of my next turn.
Oh wow, nice. That's a good spell.
You know what? It's an awesome spell because I can pair that up with my Expeditious Retreat. If they're just dodging and weaving through a crowd of enemies, I can double dash through them, and if I get attacked, I can wait until the triggering attack goes off, and then I can do that.
So I assume,
just for example, I wait until I found out how much the roll was, and then I used my shield spell.
makes sense. So basically you see the glaive coming down on
What's
you.
your AC?
Without my shield, it's 16.
No!
Plus shield is 21. So basically, you saw the glaive coming, and you were all like, "No, I don't think so."
Yeah.
Using the
until the start of my next turn. So once my turn comes, it's done. And I take no damage from magic missiles.
Oh wow, nice. That's
Cool.
actually really
Cool.
useful. That's nice.
So if I use my magic missile
Dude.
spell, you're safe.
Well, I mean, I hope you weren't targeting me for one, but you
I
know, hey.
wasn't. But if you just happen to be in the line of fire.
Well,
You just happen to be standing right there.
So basically, you were like, "Not today," and you like use your hand, and it forms a shield. A shield forms above it, and it just tink.
imagine like,
You shall not pass.
yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, the monster failed, but that was only attack number 1, and now it's going to attack again with its glaive.
I still have 21 armor class.
I know, but it has a pretty decent strength stat.
You know
so.
what? Stop it.
Oh no, it failed. It was much less than the last swing, so it's like no, tink, god dang it!
I am so disheartened with this magic.
No, stop it! Stop shielding!
Oh, God.
So stupid.
Stupid.
Seriously. So, anyways, now it is Dalaker's turn, and Dalaker's all the way in the back. Let's see what he can do. Is this a? This is also a. He's going to keep his distance, and he's going to use Sacred Flame again, because he knows that this creature did not like that before, and now it's going to have to make a Dexterity saving throw against his. He rolled a nat 20. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. But as a bonus action, and using one of his spell slots, he's going to. I'm going. Actually, do I have any level 2? Nah, that's fine. I'll just use I'll just use this for my first level spot for this. I'm casting Healing Word on our wizard to make sure that she's feeling better. Within 60 feet, so you're fine. Die 4 plus my spellcasting modifier. So, oh, frick yeah. Let's see. That would be heal up for 7 points of damage.
Perf.
So you're back up 7 points.
So I'm at 14.
You hear from your friend, get better!
I'm Elfo.
I'm Elbow! I'm Gallagher!
Can I ask? He's wearing armor, right?
Yes, he is wearing armor.
Cool.
Dope.
Burning hands on your armor, Brad.
No,
You-
I have another spell.
You hear Gallagher in the back, you guys got this! Believe in you! If I got it too, I'll come in there and help you.
Thanks, White Mage.
Hey, don't mess with the white mage. She's the only one keeping you guys up.
You don't mess with the White Mage.
Never. But anyways, next
Not ever.
up is Cateus. But Cateus, I want you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Why?
Because you all of a sudden this creature's eyes are now transfixed on you, and you're having a very hard time resisting dark urges.
Uh-oh.
You said a Constitution saving
A Constitution saving throw. I know. So die 20 plus your Constitution.
Guys, I'm sorry if this doesn't turn out very well. I swear I don't mean it.
Oh no, I don't want to have to use spells on you.
Nat 20? Oh, you're this.
I look at him back and he's now my bitch.
You stop that.
You stare this creature straight in the eyes, and it can tell that you are not backing down from anything it has to say.
Cute.
You're adorable. But now it's your turn, so you can do whatever you want to do.
Shall. So, on a totally off-topic conversation, I saw the Joker today. I was happy.
Was it good?
You misunderstood. I actually saw the Joker today. He was outside the gas station and the car broke down on him. Exactly.
I was about to say, that movie doesn't come out for quite some time now. Can't wait to go see it, though. Seriously. Let's say, between me and Voided going to see Godzilla, we gotta see the Joker.
We
were talking about that.
Like I said, we need to go see the Joker.
We need to see the Joker. I need to go see Detective Pikachu.
Same.
I'm not sure if I want to see that or not.
I actually do want to, just because it's a kid's just goof-off movie.
I want to see it because Ryan Reynolds plays Pikachu.
Oh, cute little dragons.
You're going to try to glaive this guy? Alright. Roll to hit.
We went from one topic to the other and back to D&D.
I know.
19.
There's
That's
nothing on
it.
the table.
And then, I'm gonna use my bonus action, because I'm a polearm master, I can hit him with the other side of my glaive for another die 4.
Alright.
Am I in your line of fire?
No.
No. Okay.
No. 24.
That is definitely a hit. So roll me damage. Roll me potato salad.
Oh, you potato salad, my bro.
My brosif.
My bro. Alright, I'm done. For now.
For now.
8.
You need more training.
And another 3 for a total of
11.
11.
Plus your strength.
That is with my strength.
Oh, that's with your strength? Okay.
That's with my strength.
So 11 points of damage. You actually swing that glaive, and you actually penetrate through the leather armor that it's wearing on its upper torso, and you're actually... It's bleeding a decent amount.
Alright. And now,
I'm still taking poison damage, isn't it?
I'm gonna drop my glaive. I'm just gonna straight just
Bink!
yeah. And I'm gonna pull out my shield and longsword.
Extra AC. Nice call.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, it's not like I'm gonna lose it. I'm bonded with this thing. Come on.
And now it's your turn?
In fact, I could just drop it and let it fade into non-existence again.
True.
Is this
Ending your
That's
turn?
what I'm gonna do.
Is that your turn?
Since I am still within range of him, I'm not gonna be provoking opportunity attacks.
Oh,
Kind of push
Okay.
myself in the way.
that's fine.
Because
Oh,
you won't be able to attack since we're standing in the same square.
correct.
But I'm in front of you. You're welcome.
Well, I appreciate that, but I was gonna actually attack the person that was attacking me.
Well, also, that person's still technically not evil. It's just under the power of the evil being that's
I
right in
know.
front of you.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
why-
gonna do something to
That's why I
him
didn't
to
attack him.
maybe knock him out of his
Oh,
state of mind.
Oh, you were either trying to clear his mind or you were trying to knock him out?
Yeah.
That would be subdue. A
But
subdue attack.
but I was actually gonna use.
I mean, well, I suppose you'd still be able to use a spell to just
Yeah, because you're-
swinging
Yeah.
a weapon. So
Yeah.
you should be fine.
Basically, you would just put your your hand over his shoulder and
Yeah,
try to do
because I was
something.
gonna be able to.
Goes over there. I'm gonna end up being there.
Oh, I don't care.
Cheez-Its.
I'm thinking,
Not sponsored by Cheez-Its.
well, I'm sitting here not in the story, so I just.
Because I don't know.
Well, you were picking a lock. You see.
I was gonna use that one.
Whoa!
Contagious, roll saving.
Oh, but you would have to get a cool. You actually would then you wouldn't be behind Cateus. You'd be in front of Cateus to cast the spell.
What is it?
It's a touch.
Oh, yeah, I think it'll touch something.
Yeah, and I was gonna use this one. but
Shock,
it requires
shocking grasp.
touch. To
I feel like I might kill him.
Considering he's wearing all metal, it might might not end well.
It's nice knowing
And,
you, Brusky.
Also, it's 1d8 lightning damage, and it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn. I mean, that would be good, but ow.
Might be a little too good.
I'd actually have to roll to see how well that would affect him, how much that would affect him with his metal armor. Because this isn't electric resistant metal.
well, he attacked me because he's under the.
He's being controlled.
I know.
In my, honest, as a as a TM that doesn't care to see uncountless. I mean, and I get that's up to you. That's up to you, I guess.
Easy.
But I say I'm not trying to micromanage you guys. I'm just throwing some extra moral in here.
Well, I could use poison spray, but I don't want to poison him.
It won't actually poison him, though. It just damages him. It doesn't leave a lingering effect.
Yeah, that's different.
I suppose I could do that.
Now, if you were using, say, dark magic and the
That
effect,
still might kill him.
I'm about to say,
It's not like a blunt thing. It's an actual like spell attack. It's a shot.
about to say, when it comes to people being controlled,
Well, you know what? Then I'll use my staff. Yeah, my staff.
so see if you knock some sense into him.
Yeah. Knock.
Does some subdue damage.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed about these little quick cards is it doesn't put the full description of spells in the card.
I've noticed that.
Yeah. So shock and grasp, if you're using it on somebody wearing all metal armor, you actually have advantage on them.
Yep. And I would roll to see how much of an effect that would actually have.
Well.
And by that I mean the severity of the effect you're casting on them.
I will use my quarterstaff.
There you go. That'd be a good option.
Roll the hit.
Knock him on the
break
head.
Roll the hit.
Did
Wait,
you step
that's
out of
a
the square?
Yeah, I'm pretty much out of this.
Yeah, don't hit me.
You're square. I'm actually right in front of.
It's hip to be square.
Shizzle.
That's a song, by the way.
Okay, quarterstaff. I wrote
It's
these
hip to
things
be
down.
square.
Quarterstaff. Does
Combat.
6 bludgeoning damage.
You gotta roll a hit first.
Yeah, I know. I gotta roll a die 20. Adding what?
Strength.
Strength. So 17, 19.
Wow. That's a hit. I was say, are you helping out with your Karn shirt there, Fable T?
My what?
You're helping with your wearing your Karn shirt? This wizard's bopping a person in chainmail.
My car insurance?
Your Karn shirt.
Oh, yeah, probably. It
5,
might be a good luck
8.
charm.
Holy balls. I say, roll to see if he snaps out of it. Yeah, you conk him on the head, and he's like, "Oh, stop! What happened? Oh God! Gee, oh, why'd you conk me on the head like that?
Sorry, you're under
You deserved it.
his spell.
Oh.
And you attacked me.
I don't want to serve you, dark doo-doo brain."
And
Clearly,
finally,
Sorry,
Blade
I
is
had
not
to
the
do what was
pride of their
necessary.
silver shields.
He kind of spins his halberd in his hands. Justice!
There it is. We're already here.
All right, now that was your standard action. Yet you're just still wondering. Wait, like, God, why is it taking so long? Actually, roll me a die 20.
thank God. And
What'd you get?
no modifiers.
No modifiers.
14.
You basically succeed in picking this lock, and now that it's done, you're kind of questioning yourself. Should I go upstairs and check on them real quick? They've been gone for a while.
Just
You could hear combat from upstairs.
Question
is, you could take this time to get him down, or you could be taking this time to
get him down.
get him down. All right. In that case, roll me a die 20 plus your acrobatics.
With my acrobatics of +2, I got a 7.
He's gonna get 6.
It's gonna take you a while. Back to the combat.
I want experience points, damn it!
At least you're trying.
Well, you're gonna get experience points by teamwork. So
But
you're doing stuff. It's just
I am pointless. This
Nah,
story,
you're helping.
I'm just there for comic relief at this
It's
point.
okay, buddy. Me too.
With my derpy horrors.
So this guy
My
is going
kobold who's
to.
just standing around.
He's actually
watching
going
us.
to hold out his halberd and he's gonna speak some words on his fingers, and then wipe his fingers down the halberd, and you see it start glowing white.
Okay.
As he's going to swing to hit. He rolled a nat 20. Holy balls! This guy's on fire.
Oh, now he's on fire. That whole
I almost
time.
lit him on fire. I contemplated shifting over a couple squares and using burning hands.
For freaking 13 points of damage.
To
This creature.
That's it.
You see
I
it's-
can do that without a critical hit.
You see that this halberd has swung down and it's basically crossed the X that the slash you put on there. So now you see a massive X on this creature, and it's bleeding profusely from its chest. Looks like it's barely standing at this point.
We make a good team there, buddy.
Yeah, friend. It is now the monster's turn, and the monster is now furious As you see now, it kind of moves its hands around, and you see it start chanting something in Infernal.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna have you roll me a Constitution check. Each of you within a 10 feet by... For anybody who's less than 10 feet away from him.
Less than 10 feet?
Anything...
10 feet and less?
10 feet or less, sorry.
Okay.
So me too.
Yep. What'd you get?
Not 20.
Wow, good job.
He's doing good so far.
You say Constitution?
You have Constitution.
15.
You
Where did
were
I throw
able
my
to
cream?
succeed. Now, see your friend.
Casey, is my cream over there?
Friend is fine? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
over here. And now... you three are fine. The two of you and the guy who just cleaved him are just fine. But you notice the guard on the ground start convulsing and shaking as if black lightning was touching it.
Isn't he unconscious, though?
Yeah, but he's still in the area of effect.
That's shitty.
All of a sudden, you see him rise
Oh, good lord.
as he turns to you. Puts out his hands, and you see black lightning coming out from him.
Lightning!
As he's going to now cast a lightning bolt on you.
I wish I could lightning bolt.
Basically, he's using it as an extension of his magic, since he can't necessarily use it. It's more like magic gifted to him.
Is it the one I saved?
The one we saved, yes. The one that was on the ground unconscious?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
Ah! Out of a corner of effect, a nat
That was an
20!
issue.
Oh my god!
Any issues. Okay, where is he at, though?
Right there in front of you.
For here.
There. A corner of effect. Oh my god!
Oh no.
Oh god!
Oh,
Good thing I'm
lovely.
at almost full health.
It's true. But it's still gonna hurt, especially since this is lightning.
It's fine.
It's fine.
What's the...
It's fine. It's all good.
That would
the roll
be...
He's
two?
lying to himself.
Oh, it's not too bad.
See,
You guys
it's
take you guys take 8 points of damage.
Oh, it's fine.
And you feel 8 points of lightning / necrotic damage.
Wait, so what were we rolling for?
Basically, you were rolling to be immune to the effects that were happening. Basically, it was using
Oh,
like
so he's like trying to charm us again?
yes, he was using a necrotic charm.
Do we get to roll the save from the attack?
No, it would be a spell. It would roll to hit you in this case, and because it's already possessed, since it possessed a creature, it was able to use it to cast magic for him.
No, I know. I'm talking about from the.
Oh, from the lightning, yeah.
Yeah,
it would in this case it would be roll to hit instead of roll to escape.
Okay.
If this would have been like a standard lightning spell, yes.
I was thinking fireball, where you would roll and.
Yeah, you would roll to evade. And like standard most
So we
lightning
get
moves,
hit.
it would roll to move. But in this case, a thunderbolt spell would be a case of it rolling to hit you.
Makes sense. Like fireball.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, in this case,
You said 8 points?
8 points of damage. Yes.
Great.
Notice you're afraid.
Down to 6.
But the silver shield fellow and Kitaya seem fine, so they're still there to protect you.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of shielded between both of them.
And for its final action, it's going to swing its glaive at the silver shield member.
No, it's fine.
Oh, lovely.
So rolling to hit. 25. Ooh. Glaive's a die
10.
10. Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, it was either a die 8 or a die 10. Oh God! This poor dude is gonna take 15 points of damage.
It's fine.
You see him get shot backwards into the wall.
Always.
So this wall right here.
Yep.
Pleasant. Most good.
Bleeding from his chest. He's still alive, based on what you could tell, but he's bleeding pretty badly.
And it's his turn, right?
Yes, it is now... Actually, no, it's Dalker's turn.
Oh, it's your turn.
Dalker's watching this all go down. Oh my god.
Magics.
God, this is so much
You're
magic.
so far behind. Like, you're
so far
way
away.
back here.
He is the white mage.
No, I understand that.
He's going to use Sacred Flame again. Roll the save, you beast! Yes! Woo! And that'd be die 8 radiant damage. So, yes, Daliker, you sexy beast. Light! As you see light shine from behind you as this creature is now taking a lot of radiant damage. You see it fall to the ground, bleeding, but not moving now. It is bleeding, it is still breathing, but it's bleeding a lot. But unconscious. It's essentially dead until it's essentially dead, but you might want to still kill it. Cut its head off, just to be on the safe side.
For sure.
But you see Daliker from the background. Light! It just burns up in
So
white
is that guy
flames.
still possessed, or does he crumple?
No, he crumples. He's back on the ground. He seems still like he hasn't taken any damage. It's just the fact that he, any creature in the area is still affected, conscious or non-conscious. This is a necrotic charm that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, it's a good
Cool.
thing.
But to say,
I'm gonna pick up my glaive. I'm gonna go up and do a little fancy spinner do.
Daliker is actually going to walk up to the person, the guy who is now against the wall, and he's going to.
I was gonna take care of him.
Yeah, but he's going to. He was actually seemed useful, so I'm going to actually cast one of my Cure Wounds spells. So die 8 plus my modifier. He's back up on his feet with 9 health recovered. He's up by 7. You see, basically you watch Daliker walk up to the guy. Wake up! Heal!
Feel better.
Basically, I'm gonna be like Shard, and I'm just gonna heal.
Deadpool.
Heal on hands.
This is for not taking us to the prom. This is for making me love you. This is for making me hate you.
This is for making me not give up.
This is for not letting me fly the black jet, except for the one time that I crashed it.
This is for because the player told me to.
That one's because I felt like it. God, I love Deadpool. God, that game was so much fun. Any hoozles. You see him wake up. Is it dead? Yes.
Yeah,
it's
does that answer your question? Shows in the head.
You cut off his head, and he's like, oh, okay. You see the Silver Shield member. Oh, thank God.
What does this guy got?
Okay.
Besides a
Can I
glaive?
use medicine on myself?
You notice if you dig through his pockets and everything, because he does have some pockets on his armor. One of the first things you notice was a key.
I'm picking up the key. He had his own key.
And that was the key to the cell I just opened.
The second thing you notice is there's a charm necklace that seems to carry a dark aura on it.
Well, I'm not going to touch it with my bare hands. I'm going to actually put that in one of the extra little pouches that the mayor gave me.
Yeah, nice. Good. See, notes for those of you.
See, I have intelligence.
Just like a note for any of you D&D players out there. Notes, super useful.
I think I have like 3 more of those too. He gave us a bunch.
Yeah, he gave you guys a decent number. He was very kind and very good and nice about it.
I'm gonna use medicine on myself.
I think it was in case we found.
Well, it
one
would
of
be
those bombs
healing magic. Actually, Daliker's gonna walk up to you and gonna use. He doesn't want to use any more of his cure. Actually, you probably need it. How many more? Hold on a second. I gotta remember how many he has. Quick, while I'm doing that, did you want to try to roll to understand this dark charm?
Yeah, I do. I do for turds and teas.
So Arcana.
Arcana. Ooh. I got a 17.
Yeah, 17. Oh, you know what this dark charm is. You've seen.
Sorry. It's actually a nat 20.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I thought it was a 14.
How did you? Okay.
I had her look at
Yeah,
it.
he had me look at it.
I believe you. I'm just saying. How did you get those confused?
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
I didn't see it at first, and then he's like, "Oh,
3. I have 4 first.
Did I go in the box? Oh, I thought it was
I have 4 first level spells. I want to say my.
no, it hit the box."
I have only used 2 first level spells, so I'm going to use. I've also used my. Yeah, I'll cast a Cure Wounds on you just so you have it.
What I just call like a dark charm necklace.
A dark charm necklace, yeah. But basically, you know what this is. This is a necklace. This is actually a necromancer's necklace.
Oh.
Basically, it allows the person wearing it access to necrotic power.
Hell yeah.
But it also...
I'm getting my family back.
But there's also a side effect.
Oh, what's the side effect?
It contaminates the morality of whoever's wearing it. Basically, you start thinking like a necromancer. So
how much like a necromancer?
Enough to be a crazed dark necromancer that wants a league of immortal soldiers.
Oh, so that much like a necromancer.
Yes.
I'm just like, hey man,
Basically,
let's go raise the dead sometime. No, I'm gonna have myself an undead army.
Basically, wearing it causes you to have a -4 to charisma.
-4 charisma?
-4 to charisma, and it actually messes. You actually roll with disadvantage to any morality checks.
Well, my charisma's 12.
so we bring it down to 8.
Yeah. 8 with disadvantage plus like a -2. Yo.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't recommend it.
No.
In the meantime, but it does actually allow you to cast the first level necromancer. At this case, since it's not the deep, it can be more. It could be deeper enchanted. It allows you to cast first level necrotic spells.
Mm-hmm.
But again, with malicious intent. But yeah, I'm gonna roll die 8. Oh wow, you get freaking 12 hit points back.
Okay, I was at 6.
So
I was originally at 14, then took 8 points of damage, so now I'm at 6.
But now you gain 12, so you're 18.
My max HP is 15.
That was 18.
Oh, well, then you're back to 15. You don't get temporary hit points from this.
Oh. I broke it in my paper.
But yeah, that is the effects of the dark necklace.
Okay. Chat.
I got 2 pets so far.
Chat?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
horse.
In that case, now that we're done with combat, and that took a little while, we're gonna take a small break to go talk to chat.
Is he down yet?
Yes, at this point he is down.
Thank God.
Actually,
Don't you?
yes, he's down.
Well, thank
I took his head.
And no,
No.
not you.
Oh, I
him.
was like, you came up for the fight and was
Yeah, it
still alive?
turns out while you were jumping up trying to get it, you found a little bit of a step ladder so that you were able to get up there.
Yeah, you could have just thrown your kobold at it and like told him to
That is actually. Did you bring your kobolds with you?
I think so. I don't think we ever stopped to drop them off.
Wow, you just took your kobold into a place that could have made it. Any of these creatures could have made it your lunch.
Here's the
They would
thing.
have force fed you your kobold.
Here's the thing. My intelligence is 9. I got a -1 to intelligence. I barely know I exist.
Alright. Pulling up the chat. At Platinum Tissue, thank you for the follow on Twitter.
White One Guard says, how you doing, my dude?
I am doing good, White Run Guard. Welcome to the chat, my frosty friend. How is it going? Are the White Run Guards finally getting their raise? They totally deserve it.
I need to
Right?
find one of those clerics to try and lessen the badness of this necklace.
Okay, let's go back a little bit. and
Lessen
see
the
if there-
curse.
Look at these
We'll
comments.
just remove the curse.
Live see offline? Oh, lucky. What happened? No, alright, it's all
It
good.
might just become a
I've
regular
only heard
necklace.
anything close to
Look at
those
that
words
cast
during
necromancy
Flowey boss
spells.
fights. I freaking love the Flowey boss fight, by the way. I beat Flowey, and then I beat
Jake left already.
Jake left? Okay. Oh, that's okay. I've never been in any of the Dungeons & Dragons streams, so I have no idea what those things are. That's okay. It's okay, Jake. I don't get this game either. Wait, you have no idea what things are? Oh, because I don't know. You don't know what? You don't know this game? All I know is that it's a role-playing game. I don't know what those things are. What things? Back to spore I go. Bye, Garain. I saw this game on an episode of a show, and that is why I joined the stream. Nice. Well, the thing is, Dungeons & Dragons is a combination of dice rolling, strategy, and role-playing. Basically, it's
Unless your character has nothing.
yeah, basically the point of the game is to try to go through the adventure with the stats you have. You would roll dice to resemble the randomness of what could happen during the event of everything that's going on. D&D is cool. You're darn right. Juan, the guy that can't achieve anything. Oh, it's fine. Tries to achieve getting out of bed in the morning. Fails miserably. He rolled a nat 1. I had that name for a while already. Well, that doesn't count as an achievement. I count it as. Fable throws a Dratini javelin at Winter. Anything is an achievement if you achieve it.
Yeah, 20s.
Yeet! Thank you, Nikki. Welcome to the chat, my frosty friend. I'm about to fall asleep, so I'm going to go. That's okay, Jake. Thank you for coming, my friend. All the 9-year-olds attack you. I would be terrified. Clav is taking off in her clavicopter. I will have to leave eventually, though, because we're going out for tea. Nice! Clavicopter sounds surprisingly real. I will develop a helicopter and call it a clavicopter. Helicopters are terrifying. Or about a clapjet, or a ship that is the SS Clavicus. Oh, what the WTF? Unknown! Welcome to the chat, my frosty friend. How you doing? I don't need a vehicle when I can just appear wherever I want. Which is true. Clavicus Vile could just open portals between worlds.
Yo.
Hello, Cruz. John Ryan Entertainment. Welcome to the chat, my frosty friend. How you doing? Thanos also got his ass whooped. No surprise there. It doesn't mean that the Thanos copter wasn't cool. Hey, Winter, how you doing, my dude? I'm doing great. I used to be an adventurer like you, till I took an arrow to the knee. Sad day when you...
for those arrows, man.
Yeah, they gotta look out for those arrows. They're terrifying. The Big King Ian, welcome to the chat, my frosty friend. How you doing? Gotta say, gosh darn. So, what are you guys thinking so far?
I don't see any arrows coming to my knees anytime soon.
I know, right?
They'd have to aim pretty low to get to your knees, Mr. Dwarf.
Not really. I'm pretty normal size. Well, normal size to me.
But
like, my dwarf is probably like 4 inches shorter than I am, so...
So those arrows kind of look like javelins?
he says as he looks to the GM like, WTF?
No, earlier's incident when I thought I disabled the trap, but no, I just off-kiltered it.
Hey, I'm back, Winter, my main man. American Rebel, welcome back to the chat, my frosty friend. How you doing? Next time I'm on Nern, I should shoot mortals in the knees with arrows. That would be hilarious. Serious question. Is Captain Marvel the strongest Marvel character? Captain Marvel... debatable. I wouldn't say so, actually, but I would say that she's probably ridiculously strong.
I hated how they made Doctor Strange into such a little bitch.
They picked a good actor to play Doctor Strange.
Oh, for sure, but the skills they gave him in these movies are just garbage compared to what he's capable of.
Too true.
Like, he saw billions of possibilities, and yet he can't, like, whip something up.
Well, he has a few favorites.
Like, I mean, like...
In the comics, he does all the butt kicking, but in the movies, he's
just kind of like a big pansy who sticks to his little red whips that don't do shit.
But that's also not for
shadow clone jutsu.
This is true. I will agree with you on that. Well, some people would argue Hulk is the strongest. Technically, he could be, but Hulk has also proven that he's not 100% the strongest, as Hulk has been one-shotted before.
Considering the Hulk was taken down by a character known only as the name Squirrel Girl.
Oh, God!
Thanos was taken down by her, too.
I know. I read the comics. They were great.
I need to find a place where I could just download all of them.
All
of the original comics.
I was about to say, the Squirrel Girl, honestly, is probably the most ironic, uncanny characters.
I said they made Doctor Strange look like a cheap magician that you hire for parties.
That's
he
real.
is!
In all honesty, Doctor Strange is actually ridiculously powerful. Granted, the enemies he fights are not ones that he should go up against.
He's literally the guardian of the universe. He is Sorcerer Supreme. It is his job to protect the universe, and he just kind of sucks at it. What the hell?
Like, if you try to fight against, like, Dormammu, like, honestly, even Doctor Strange won't even fight him. He actually bargains or tricks him.
Like, I know that it's a movie and, like, the comics are just completely just out there with what people are capable of, but come on!
There are several way stronger Marvel characters. The strongest character is still is the one above all. Thank God all you haven't cooked the idea she's the strongest just because you earned a sub. Just because you earned a sub. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. But I say no one should feel pressure to subscribe, but all support is appreciated.
All the pressure.
No pressure, but
no pressure, but subscribe anyway.
Yeah, but I don't ask people to subscribe. I don't know. It just seems like one of those things.
I know.
But anywhoozles.
I watched your video the other day. I watched a YouTube video the other day.
Oh.
Right off the bat, it's like, subscribe if you haven't already.
Ugh.
And I'm like,
I thought
no,
you said you
no.
watched my YouTube video the other day. I was like, what YouTube video? We only have one posted.
I was like, no. I'm
You
gonna
got
watch
one
this
pending.
video first, and then I'll subscribe. Which is exactly what I did.
Blink, blink. There we go. Just want to make sure I'm caught up on all this. Make sure.
He was my witness.
It's true. It's one of those things that I absolutely hate. I would say Deadpool is the most powerful because in the comics he assassinates all superheroes. This is true. This is true. He successfully. There is a comic series called Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. He successfully kills every single hero, including the immortal Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, granted, he uses a. What is the name of that sword?
I don't know.
I believe it's
It's a vibranium.
Yeah, I was about to say a vibranium sword that nullifies Wolverine's healing factor.
Which, therefore, if he wanted to, he could just stab himself with it.
That's true. He could kill himself if he wanted to. Thor is way stronger in the comics than in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yeah, but even Deadpool was able to successfully kill him.
Everybody in the comics are better than their on-screen persona.
Yeah.
But that's because the comics have way more space to actually explain things, do more, and show off more. Whereas the movies are done by a budget, done by movie standards, have to look realistic. There's a lot of animation involved. People have to do a lot. So you can't necessarily blame them. One Above All is another very powerful being in Marvel. I technically believe that the most powerful being in Marvel, I'm trying to remember what his name is, but he was the one in the Spider-Man animated, the animated series. He was the one who pulled all those heroes from different dimensions, from like dimensional doors to bring them into a world that's he created out of nothing. And he took a bunch of villains from those worlds as well and made them the enemies that Spider-Man and these heroes had to stop. And he was able to do it on a whim and was able to, including breaking into a time barrier that both Red Skull and Captain America were trapped in.
That character...
I can't remember his name off the top of my
That
head.
character did that to test Spider-Man's abilities.
Yeah, to test his abilities to see if he could stop Carnage. When Carnage possessed Spider-Man. And that Spider-Man was going around trying to destroy universes. I wonder if X-Men will introduce Franklin Richards in the movies. That would be a good question. I honestly have no idea. He basically is the one above all is the strongest being. He is basically the god of the multiverse. I think that might be the person that we're talking about.
Yep.
Because he just does everything on a whim.
He doesn't have a name.
He does. I was about to say, I don't think he exactly has a name.
He doesn't. He's called One Above All.
Let me see. Okay,
I wonder if they're going to do anything with Adam Strange.
Adam Strange.
Adam Strange. He has the Soul Stone. Because at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, in the credits they have little things going on. They created someone, apparently, and the lady was like, I'll call him Adam, or whatever, and the only Adam there is, did I say Adam Strange?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not Adam Strange, Adam Warlock or something like that.
Madam Warlock?
Adam Warlock.
Oh, I was about to say, if you would have said Madam Warlock, I'm all like...
What is that? Hold on, I don't find his name. It's bothering me now that I don't have it just... Yeah.
But yeah, no, honestly, there's some stuff I wish they would do. I honestly wish they would make... I haven't seen the Shazam movie yet.
Neither have I, but I really want to.
I haven't seen any of the DCs. Not even Batman vs Superman, the first one. I haven't seen it.
It's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Aside from the whole reason why, aside from the ending between the end of the fight between Batman and Superman,
You can do all the spoilers for me because I don't have any
His name is
interest.
Adam Warlock, originally known as Him or Adam.
him.
Yeah. Fun fact: Him is also the name of a band.
Him is also one of the supervillains that rivals the Powerpuff Girls.
Mm-hmm.
All right, D&D.
Yes, D&D. I think I've read the chat quite a bit.
I was actually in the bathroom, but you can go right ahead.
Let's say
We're done with combat.
we're done with combat. Wait, this is going to be going into some conversation.
I was gonna say, if you wanted to fill my water.
It's fine. The ice will melt. Ow. Alrighty, so getting back in.
Oh, jeez.
Getting back into the D&D universe. So after the combat is all said and done, and Dalker heals up the wizard a little bit, you see the member of the Silver Shield.
There's a kid in the hallway.
Oh, you might want to take care of that child real quick then.
That's creepy.
Standing up awake or?
She's sleeping, like in the doorway between the hallway.
That was the sound.
Just
I
don't
heard
step on
earlier.
her.
Why don't we? Which one?
Jesse.
I will put her back in a bed.
Yeah, she looks like she's cold.
Put a blanket on her.
Throw a blanket on her. Just leave her there.
Just walk around her.
She's mostly in the room.
They fell
Look,
asleep in the
yeah, it's
office.
fine. I will take care of her. It's all right.
Not just this one.
I will full. Look, the thing is, she's not feeling well no matter what, no matter where she's laying.
So is she not feeling too well?
Neither one of them are.
So they were separated.
Who's sleeping in our bed?
What?
Say anybody sleep? Any one of us sleeping in our bed?
Me. I'm just kidding.
All right. Anyways, moving on. I will take care of children in a bit. That is my fatherly responsibility. But anyways, moving on for the story for right now. You notice that the members of the Silver Shield pull out some vials with some purple liquid in it, and you notice that he kind of pops off the top and takes a drink, and you notice that he's just. You can see that he seems completely re-energized. Ugh. Thank goodness we always keep a few of these on us. Sorry, what's your name? I know that your name is Cateus, but he's trying to remember. Cateus, could you do me a favor? On the gentleman's pouch on the ground there should be a little pouch on his chest that has some purple liquid, vial of purple liquid on it. Could you pour it down his throat, please?
Sure.
Gotta help him out so by opening it up and pour it down his throat. All of a sudden, you see the man's eyes jolt open. Whoa! What happened?
Welcome to the world of tomorrow!
Okay, for starters, thank you for the Futurama joke. I appreciate that. Brownie points. Second of all, nice.
Got you, fam.
But anyways, you do notice that he's jolted awake as if he had just been. He looks refreshed, like he hadn't taken any damage at all. But you notice that he's kind of panicked because he's like, he sees it, but then he sees the decapitated hobgoblin spider creature. Oh, it's dead. Oh, thank God.
Yes.
The thing completely caught me by surprise. I didn't even know such a creature existed.
Yeah.
I know that the Silver Shield has investigated the Underdark before and seen creatures like these, but they are much bigger and a lot more terrifying.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anything like this existed up here on the surface.
Yep.
My God. Oh. This came down from the ceiling and just slammed right into me. I was lucky to be alive considering the fact that blade of his completely slashed me open.
Cha-ching, cha-ching,
Yeah,
cha-ching,
blades are pretty
cha-ching,
nice.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Walking up the stairs. all-
Believe me, I know, as he kind of shows you that he can summon one.
Ah, brother.
Hey!
Ching.
Dink! That is his trained specialty. Each of these Silver Shield members are different in fighting combat. Some of these are paladins, some of these are fighters.
We should spar sometime.
We should. I wouldn't mind that. Ugh. Look, I think we all got off on the wrong foot, but I'm very happy that we were able to take you guys along.
Oh, yes, me too.
Ugh, that could have ended up so much worse.
So much worse.
So what happened to this justice you were supposed to hear?
You're
All
not
you
there.
missed it was mid-combat.
You're not there. You shush. And
I
you can't talk.
even speak. Cat's
Anyways.
just like, Mountain Dew.
Well, anyways, we found Daner.
Didn't yeah.
Damn it!
Daniel!
He pulls out a purple vial and he hands it to you.
Woohoo!
Use this only as a last resort.
I almost pounded it.
Let's say.
Good to know.
What this is legitimately essence of magic. It is literally one of the strongest healing elixirs you could ever have. We make them. We each get a few made it, but you have earned. You have saved not only my life but my brother's life.
What's this elixir called?
It's called Essence of Magic. That is basically the nickname that they gave it. It's a healing elixir. Basically what it is, it's like getting shot by magic itself. You go back up to full health. And also you get all your...
restore.
Yep, and you get all your spell slots back.
It's a full restore. I'm just gonna call it full restore.
They don't hand these out lightly, by the way. It's only because you saved their lives.
That's okay.
A thunder has entered the field.
I use sneak and steal.
Thundercat. Oh.
And
Sight beyond sight.
I fail in my rolls.
Now he's writing that down. He looks to his friends. All right. So we didn't really find anything in the down in here on the mid ground. The only thing we found was this. As he shows off an amulet.
I'm gonna put this in one of my safety pouches.
Okay. But he shows you an amulet that they found. It looks different from most than the amulet that the necklace that you pulled off of the dark creature. Basically, it is a like a normal medallion. It looks like it's made of made of gold.
Do they know what it is?
Not offhand. They've never seen this sigil before. Basically, it appears to have an eye on it with a sigil, and that eye appears to be similar to that of a behemoth.
What kind of a check would that be to roll for it?
That would be, in this case, because it's a sigil of some kind of cult. I'd assume it probably is
Like history or religion?
It would be history or religion. Yeah, I'd probably say religion, considering it's a cult. No, actually, no religion.
11.
Nothing you really recognize. This seems to be a very rare sigil.
Can I do an Arcana check on it?
I mean, you certainly could to see if there's any magic qualities on it.
Arcana! Okay. 17.
You can feel effects coming from it, but they don't seem to be like sinister or dark, unlike the amulet that you had. This seems to have some effects, but it doesn't affect morality, as far as you could tell. You can't really tell what the full effects are unless you are wearing it. You're wearing it, or you had somebody who could identify it. So basically, you can gamble, but you could sense that there's nothing on it that would cause a lower morality. Unlike the dark charm.
Man, I really need to hurry up and level up so I can put some of that level into my intelligence.
My brain no work well.
Alright.
Why do you
I'm
think
gonna
I
roll to
still
see
got-
if I'm gonna wear it or not. Just let me see that. Alright. I'm gonna wear it.
You're gonna wear it? So you put it on, and it feels very heavy for what it is.
This thing's really heavy, you guys. Jesus.
But all of a sudden, your eyes, it feels like they scratch and burn a little bit.
Oh, that's not good.
But all of a sudden, you can see so much more. It's as if like someone enhanced your sight to the point
I
where
can see everything.
basically what
are these even for?
basically of direct effects, your vision is about as good as an elf's now, so you can see in the dark.
Yoo!
Lucky you with all your magical shit. Me, I'm just chilling.
That seems to be the direct effects.
See, yeah, the direct effects.
Alright. You know what? All I need is a magical item that gives me the power to speak.
I say
I don't even
the silver
care.
the silver shield's just like,
I I don't even care if I
I'm
speak.
just
Well,
gonna
we
be like,
don't
guys,
agree-
This is really heavy, and I can see everything.
So they look at you and they're just like, sounds like it enhanced your eyesight. I wouldn't have suggested putting it on, though. You never know if it's a cursed artifact.
Well, I did an Arcana check, and it didn't have an evil vibe to it. You know, I didn't feel anything sinister coming from it. Rather
True.
pleasant.
But sometimes there's always side effects with stuff like this. That's why we in the Silver Shield always have people who can cast Identify.
Well, I've got nothing to lose, so
Why don't you try to take it off? You're all of a sudden
Is it
feeling
off?
some resistance.
it's getting really heavy, you guys. It's just.
Roll me a charisma save.
Oh god.
What is it?
You and your cursed items, bruh.
Nat 20.
Yeah, that's one.
You're able to pull it off with no problems. But you did feel that initial resistance, though. Something tells me that it affects you mentally. Like, it makes you not want to take it off.
I kind of want to put it back on.
Yeah, I kind of do
So
too.
it's
I
not-
have just
so
this urge to wear it.
Not exactly like it. Like you don't feel like you're compelled to do it, but it just feels like it feels.
feels like I need it.
It basically, yeah, it kind of feels.
It's like it felt good.
It's kind of like I really hate to say this. It kind of feels like smoking, essentially. Like you,
Addictive. It's addictive.
You really liked that
Kinda
feel.
like Mountain.
Yeah. So it's addictive.
Yes, it's
tasty.
addictive. Yeah, it's-
This I'm just putting my actual real life necklace back on. I'm not doing the thing.
yeah. You're not trying to put the necklace, and you're not trying to put this behemoth necklace back on.
Is it actually called behemoth necklace?
Well, no, you're just called. It's just called that because it has the sigil of the behemoth on it. Dalekirka walks up. Mind if I take a look at it? I mean, I'm pretty trained in.
Can I have it back?
Yes, I only care to inspect it.
Here you go.
Dalekir is double proficient in religion, so.
Double. I have a +3. I'm not proficient in it. Though.
I have -1.
He is double. Dalekir is double proficient in religion. This is his.
This is.
Exactly. Literally, if you, the only other useful thing that would be as good for this would be like a ranger who's double proficient in nature.
I had a ranger that had like a +1 in nature.
+1. Even though that's kind of their thing.
I think it was Argus. Well, he was a ranger because he was a scout in an army. That's why he was a ranger, not because he was an elf guarding a forest.
Freaking 24. Dalekir knows exactly what this is.
Hi.
Dalekir
Lay it
inspects
on me, bro.
Huh. This appears to be. Oh, this is a really ancient symbol, actually. These were actually. This is actually a amulet. Actually, let me pull up the official name for this. Paperwork. This is
back in town.
no.
We're still at the house.
It's at the house. They were taking a look at some stuff. This is
we should
called-
probably leave.
this is an
before the
amulet- this is an-
24-hour time is up for him.
This is an amulet. This is an
I want to
amulet.
take her to get to the guild.
This is an amulet from the well, not necessarily a cult, but the followers of the Eye of the Beholder.
I was just mentioning something about that.
Basically, basically they were followers that learn from a beholder. But granted, unlike the beholder, they didn't turn their ambitions to darkness. They actually used the information they learned to help. Unfortunately, they came upon dark times when they decided to try to trust a beholder with knowledge. Unfortunately, their group came to an untimely end. But they still say that there are followers to this day that still follow it. Especially the code of ethics that the Eyes of the Beholder followed. Which is the sharing of knowledge, unlike a beholder who would...
Hey, Thunder.
what's the term for it? Hoard knowledge for
I was
themselves.
about to say steal knowledge.
Steal and hoard. That is what they do.
Like,
Yep, like Hermaeus Mora.
Yes.
The Daedric Prince of Knowledge and Secrets.
He kind of appears as the Eye of the Beholder, too.
Kind of does, actually.
When he first shows up in the game, he's just like, I am the Eye of the Beholder.
Well,
But yeah.
I'm gonna put it back on. What else does
But
it do?
he does tell you, Dalekir does look at you, though. You should be careful, though. Knowledge is always...
Be careful.
Knowledge is a great burden. And the thing is, I feel like this amulet might have more effects than you think. I'd be very cautious using this. And there seems to be some kind of addictive quality to it.
What?
He just kind of looks at you serious.
Give it
My
to
friend,
the,
I would recommend you be very cautious with this.
Give it to the dwarf. See if it
Hi,
makes him
kitty.
talk.
The more you use this, the more effects it might have on you.
Damn.
Good or bad?
Could go either way. Remember, there's an old saying, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. In this case, knowledge and power is in the eyes of the beholder. It might have different effects depending on the person. Somebody who's... I mean, you gotta look at it this way. I mean, as a healer myself, having the ability to heal is amazing. And having the ability to learn more knowledge for healing would be great, but... What if you become obsessive on it? And I become obsessive on it. I can learn not only how to heal, but take away healing. And eventually taking away healing can lead to decreased healing, such as dark cleric powers. In your case...
I'd like to learn a few things or two.
Yes, like I said, I would say use it cautiously. There's addictive qualities.
By the way, I don't know.
As he hands it back to you.
I'm gonna put it back on.
You're gonna put it back on?
Yep.
Okay.
I was gonna say, by the way, I don't know if you can hear him.
Oh, I can hear him.
He isn't called Thunderbird.
I know, right?
You put it back on, and just like before, it's very heavy. But your vision is perfect.
This was called the Amulet of the Beholder?
In this case, it's called the Amulet of the Beholder because it has no official name. It is from the collective the group known as the followers of the Beholder. The eyes of the Beholder, the followers of the Beholder, same thing.
Different effects.
I'm a furball.
But any
Effects, man.
hoozles. That's what they found. Delaker steps forward and says, "We found this book. We found this book on a thing on the project on the
Words.
Delaker's trying to explain himself very well. He's overwhelmed. He's trying to explain that he found a book on the Fire Within project.
All right.
I have a book
At
on the
any
Fire Within.
point during this conversation, do I magically appear?
No, but you hear, but you hear Denier. They could hear Denier getting off the wall, so they have to assume you're doing good things. But anyways,
And the dwarf is forgotten already. See
Dwarf?
what they do to me.
I could never forget you.
but anyways, holding the leather-bound book, he shows to you guys. This is from a project that I thought died off hundreds of years ago. I thought it was one of my projects to study this.
Where's our blue-haired dwarf?
Downstairs.
Downstairs. We better go get
With,
it. We get
Denier.
with Denier.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said it right. You said it right. You're good.
You left him down there?
Well, yeah, I was just gonna see what happened. He found Denier and he was in a cell and he's picking, and the dwarf friend is picking the lock and gonna get him down out of the spider web. Let's go get them and dip before the thing comes back.
As you guys get to the door of the basement, you notice that the dwarf is helping Denier up the stairs already.
Oh.
Out.
You see the dwarf look up at you impatiently. He's not happy.
Good job, buddy.
There was fighting, and I was not a part of it.
You can actually
okay.
from the door you can actually look over to the dining kitchen area. You see a mess, a lot of blood, and a headless hobgoblin creature.
And just this look of, I was not a part of this. I was helping this, and I could have been doing that.
All of a sudden, you hear the animals outside start to freak out a little bit.
She's back! And the dwarf runs.
You hear it basically... Wait, actually, roll me a perception. All of you. Delaker and the guards included.
11,
14.
Oh my god.
15.
About to say, the guards rolled a nat 20.
No.
Delaker rolled a 1.
Modded twice.
No,
13.
I could not have rolled that more. Abby, I could not have rolled that so opposite spectrum. This is legit the roll I got. The guards and Delaker.
Modded 20.
Freaking, the guards got a nat... So the Silver Shield got a nat 20. Delaker got a 1. A natural 1.
Gallagher's going, what are you guys listening to?
It's like, oh, look at those animals. They're having fun.
Except for
They're
Derpy.
dancing.
He's just going,
The guards grab each side of Gallagher. We need to go. We need to go now.
all the horses are freaking out.
I'm gonna say, you got
except
a
for
what?
Derpy.
I got a 13.
You got?
14. Oh, no.
Modded 20. How many more times?
I'm just making sure I got everybody correctly.
Okay.
And then Katea's got a...
14.
Basically, you all hear the animal. You hear all the animals, and you know exactly what's coming.
That's okay.
You recognize it, and you're just like, no, no, no. Taking it in the air. Actually, I better roll for Denier too, see if he hears.
I was about to say, he better not be riding on Derpy. It's bad enough I gotta carry the
He can
kobold.
ride-
Denier got a 10. He recognizes the animals freaking out. He's like, oh god, mother's coming back.
To the horses! To Derpy!
Are we gonna make it?
I say, you guys
we
get
gonna
outside, and you notice that the horses are there. They're still patiently. They're kind of whining though.
What? Except for Derpy, he's still trying to chew on the
Yeah,
pole.
yeah.
I'm gonna look on top of the roof of the house.
Ah, good
Is there anything
idea.
on top of the roof?
Good idea. You should do that.
I am doing that. Whoop.
You're noticing a white blur starting to come into place
Oh shh.
On the roof.
Shit.
on the roof. Yes,
Are we outside?
yes.
I'm getting on Derpy and Derpily rolling
But-
away.
Roll me a perception check because you decided to look up there.
Nothing's faster than horses, so don't worry about it. Way faster.
True.
7.
Perception.
Percentage in this case, lower is better. You notice that now the creature looks severely wounded.
My plan worked.
We can take it.
But you also notice that it's carrying something.
What's it carrying?
God.
A
Is it
person.
the guy?
No,
It's
It-
Mallory.
It's
but you'll notice that like the creature is like barely standing at this point. The girl.
Does it notice that I notice it?
No, actually, I need to roll something because of the extent of the injury.
I have a plan.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh no, God!
Mallory's dead.
No, Mallory's fine.
Oh, cool.
Mallory's screaming.
Well.
You notice that the creature is bleeding, like as if like guts are starting to come out of it. You'll notice that it's losing its balance and actually falls off the roof onto the front of the right in front of the house.
Ooh, is it non-conscious?
And Mallory's fine. Like the creature falls, falls, hand opens, she rolls.
Tuck and roll.
Like she's like, don't get me wrong, she's not doing good at all. Like she looks like she's wounded,
Wait.
but she seems awakened. But
I was gonna stealthily try to make it.
the demi wraith looks as if she had a whole side blown off. Like, okay, so how do I wait? Best way to project this. Basically, from the torso down, this whole section is gone. Like you see, like guts hanging out the side. That is
How dead is she? We should go.
And the creature is bleeding profusely.
I'm not approaching it. It is lightning quick.
Gallagher is but you
see.
see Gallagher going up there though, walking up to trying to sneak off to Mallory. Rolling with disadvantage on stealth.
Okay.
I was about to say.
Well,
Gallagher's
Keeping
sense of honor would
Denier.
never be able to let her stay.
While that's happening, I'm gonna pull out that poison javelin and I'm gonna throw it at the open wound.
Let's say, let me roll this first. Hot damn!
Damn.
but it's disadvantage. So. Oh no! Man, Gallagher is the sneakiest person in chainmail. He's still got an 18.
I'm very much not the sneakiest person in chainmail.
And with her disadvantage from her wounds, she's not noticing at all. But she's on the ground and prone, so technically if you throw it, it's with advantage.
I'll take it. That is a modified 20, and same thing, modified 20.
You definitely hit. The javelin hits the creature, and she like slits out a screech. Roll me damage.
modified 10, and then I don't know what kind of poison that is, but it's very poisonous.
Let's see how effective that poison is.
You would know the poison.
I
since you're
do.
the DM, I don't know the poison.
I know what the poison is, and I'm rolling the severity. Dang. Basically, she gets hit, and she turns on her side and kind of pulls out the javelin, and looks down at it. You notice that she's starting to shake. The creature's starting to shake.
Steroids.
It knows
pull
what
out my
this
shield again.
poison is,
Oh.
and it's gonna chuck it at you before
Oh.
falling over.
It's gonna go pull out my shield. What'd it get?
22 versus armor class.
I'm gonna use my reaction and the shield spell come up again. Gives me a 23, bitches!
But you notice that it just barely skipped over the shield. You were literally, if that wasn't a reaction, you knew for a fact that spear
This
was
is
going to
why I have that spell.
But just put that in perspective.
I know.
That could have been so much worse. And this was a low roll.
Okay.
I'm aware.
Far away are we?
Based on where you guys are and where the horses were, you're about a solid 20-25 feet.
Okay,
But you'll notice that the creature does kind of slump down as if it can't move.
Yeah, can I use Burning Hands?
How far away do you have to
I need to be at least 15 feet.
I would not get at all
So-
close.
Well,
to
itself,
that
and then it's like a 15-foot cone. But I need to be... I don't know.
But I say that one's a judgment call. But granted, whatever you do, it's rolling with disadvantage. No, not you, but the creature. But the creature
Right.
still has pretty
Or-
good stats for disadvantage.
Wait, okay, so we're by the horses, right? We're like pretty
Yeah.
much on the horses
Yeah.
at this point. We're outside the house.
Yeah, you guys are outside the house.
So
Here's the
I
monster.
have Flaming Sphere, which is a range of 60 feet.
Flaming
So-
spear? That sounds awesome. Sphere. Sphere.
Flame-
Not a spear.
I was like 60 feet. Yeah, that should be just fine.
Not close enough for that.
Yes, we are
Yes.
plenty close.
You guys are plenty close for that.
Okay.
Like I said, the horses are about 25 feet away from the house, so...
Okay. So perfect.
Yeah, because we weren't gonna walk all the way to the
Okay,
house just in
so-
case you.
Exactly, in case the reach was that good, and...
Okay. Do I have to roll the hit, or do I just...
Does it roll to hit?
In a 5-foot diameter sphere of fire appears in an unoccupied space of your choice within range and lasts for the duration.
So the question is, does it say roll to save or roll to hit?
It has to be a saving throw. A
Okay.
dexterity saving throw.
Okay, it's roll, and the creature's rolling with disadvantage because it's prone and injured.
Right.
And in this case,
2d6.
In this case, poisoned. So
Fire damage.
we're gonna roll to see if it can save itself first.
I'm so glad I didn't use Burning Hands in that earlier fight because that was our last spell slot.
Would a 13 succeed?
That's a match.
Technically, it would be a save then.
Right.
So
Or
what is
half as much damage on a successful one.
Oh, okay. So it's still half damage.
Yeah. 1 point of hit damage.
Well, yeah. So it would be 1 point of damage. But you do notice it lights on fire and it just ignites. This creature apparently.
Wait, you tied it?
No,
Yeah.
Tie loses. So, like, the defender loses that matchup.
I thought it was
If it's a
defender could match. It's a save.
4th edition.
It's hard to say because with that stuff because of the fact that tie goes to the runner in
The
most of
fourth
these cases. Again, this is one of those things where it's hard to say because it would be like if you match the AC, is it a hit?
Yeah.
It matched this.
Then,
Fourth
but if you
edition.
match a saving, would it be a successful save?
He's actually read the entire player's handbook for 5th edition.
I have 2, but that's always one of those things where you get where there's confusion.
In this case, just listen.
Tie or high is a fail.
Tie or high is
Or, like, wait, what was it? God damn, I'm gonna look at
because for armor class, if you were
it
hitting,
matches, then you take the full thing. That's what what that is. But I'm gonna find it. Keep going. I'm gonna find it.
But no matter what, it still ignites in flame. These creatures don't... apparently this creature does not handle fire well.
Well,
And it's because of the poison, it can't move now, so it's just burning.
Let's beat him up.
Alright. It's burning.
I'm not gonna get close to it though.
well, you poisoned it. I just lit it on fire.
Wombo combo.
Someone come back!
I need to see if I have anything right.
I'm just gonna take a quick look, see if I have any cleric spells that would be useful here. Not really. The Sacred Flame spell does not.
Well, let's see. What is ranged on this?
Are we rolling initiatives for this, or is this?
No,
round?
this
No, this is
this
just...
creature can't move at
We're all
all.
just taking turns hitting.
Basically,
Who's after Abby?
I would say technically either the. So since you already went and you already went, I'd probably say the dwarf would be the next one to react. If the dwarf wants to do something, he should just pick up a rock and throw it.
We're not going to be pulling any Deadpool crap. Stories for another day.
Stories for another day, but oh my god, those stories.
Okay, I guess I do got some pretty good stories. I just got to find all my range stuff.
But what about all your travels in the Underdark? In Devin's campaigns?
I have much
Really?
stories to tell from that. No.
You can always tell the stories of how one character decided to sell their blood in exchange for learning magic, not realizing what giving your blood to a dark elf would do. Wasn't that one of your characters
I was about to say.
that gave a little bit of their blood in exchange for learning magic? Yeah, from a
Taurus, my very first 5th edition character. Back when my first time, he was a druid in the Underdark with he was best friends with your brother's gnome character, his gnome monk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a firebolt at it.
I mean, it was fine that happened to me because I only showed up like twice because that's when I started my elevator job and I was never there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was gonna say, didn't you give your
Yeah, I signed a contract in blood.
You really don't.
But now they have my blood, so they can do whatever they want with me.
Exactly. I was about to say.
And they're not teaching me anything special, just like cleaning cantrips.
Pretty much.
I can clean like you wouldn't believe.
Firebolt.
Oh, firebolt! Holy balls! How did you?
I have a firebolt. Yeah, that's a good idea.
He gave me the idea to double. So when we leveled up last, instead of going 3 levels in Barbarian, I leveled up in but Wild Magic. Because my character was born on in a family of magicians.
Oh, you chose a weird combination.
My character was born with the possibility of becoming a magical being.
Druid?
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer. So a sorcerer or barbarian?
But he has no idea. He's just kind of...
He was like, whoa, I gotta do that!
Well, I mean, obviously the magics follow you in a sense,
Exactly.
considering the whole curse. Let's say, that is an interesting combination there. Normally I'd say that's a combination that wouldn't work, because barbarians have a problem with magic. But given your character's backstory...
Wild magic.
Let's say, given your...
He has no idea this is about to happen.
Here's the thing.
If it was the other sorcerer, it wouldn't work.
No.
Because you can't just choose it.
Here's the thing.
No control over.
Exactly.
Typically, I do my research and I make sure that no combinations that don't match, like, say, a paladin and an assassin traveling together, that would not work. Because the paladin could not openly support the assassin's actions, and thus the paladin would actually probably kill the assassin. Or the assassin would kill the paladin, because the two wouldn't be able to travel together harmoniously. And obviously someone couldn't be, say, a barbarian and a wizard, because of the fact that barbarians hate magic.
Exactly.
But considering your fact that your character uses wild magic that actually comes straight out of nature, and your backstory of your character is somebody who essentially grew in nature as a barbarian, you have accepted nature for what it is.
That is
Wild magic is
5.
It's magic that is
5 points
imbued
of damage?
into their actual being. They have no control over it. It's just part of who they are. It's in their blood.
With the nat 20, so...
Well, that would be extra damage. Then did you roll an extra damage dice?
So 5 and 8.
5 and 8, so 13.
Yes.
13 points of fire damage. You watch this fire blow up into extinction, and you hear a scream.
I found the attack roll thing.
Yeah?
To make an attack roll a die20, add the appropriate modifiers. If the total of the roll plus modifiers equals or exceeds the target's armor class, the attack hits.
Okay.
So equals and exceeds it is a hit.
True, but this is a saving throw against a spell.
Yeah, but it's an attack roll. You're attacking with the spell.
Yeah, but you're also trying to save from the attack roll. You're technically trying to save, and if you match the save, is it a save?
It's equal to or higher is a hit. So if it's a tie, it still hits.
Okay,
So
so
you
I'll look up that specific thing.
I was about to say that's where the complications start
So
coming in.
it'd take 2 points of damage then.
It would still take 2 points of damage, but either way, the fire is ignited. The creature is screaming in pain. You see the two Silver Shield members pulling out these little balls out of their pouch. Pull a little ball out of their pouch. Each of them do.
Oh. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the spear must make a dexterity saving throw.
Fortunately, there's nothing within 5 feet because Gallagher got in there and pulled Mallory away. And each of the Silver Shield members throw a little bit of they appear to be fire bombs.
Uh-oh. This is going to be great.
Roll.
How old am I going to be?
Well, wild magic only affects if you fail.
Oh.
I went through this with Olaf, and they rolled an 18, which will succeed in this case. They rolled an 18 before modifiers, so they succeed. You see them each throw a firebomb in there, and it explodes. And yeah, now the house is on fire. And rolling for house durability.
Oh my god.
Oh, the house is fine. The fire extinguishes itself. The creature, on the other hand, you guys see that the creature is now turning to ashes. The eyes are now, that once had light in them, are now turning to dust.
Can I do
once per turn you can have me roll a die 20.
Would it be a nature check on
You with wild magic, but I also follow it that says once failed.
Yeah, a 1 fails.
If you failed, I'd make you instantly roll that die.
Would it be a nature check on Danier?
On Denier?
Yeah.
Oh, what were you checking for?
The guy I'm sitting right next to who just watched me
Yeah.
Cast magic and to kill her mother.
You just look at the dwarf.
Be
like
safe.
this.
Or would it be a perception check?
Are you like trying to make him stay put, or trying to make sure he's not a threat, or
Trying to make sure he's not a threat and he's not going to turn into one of those things.
that would be a perception.
I can perceive he's right next to me. Nope, not very well. He's right next to me, and all I see is this.
9.
He seems fine. Denier stands up, and he just looks at all this whole scene. It really is sad to see that happen. She was a good mother for many, many years.
He's the bastard.
But she went away for a while, and she came back never the same.
I'm gonna go pick up that javelin.
In the fire.
She threw it at me.
Oh yeah, that's true. If you look behind you, you look over and you see that it's implanted in a tree.
I'm gonna go pull it out of the tree.
Very carefully.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just gonna.
Actually, I'm gonna roll this. Real
You're
quick.
ripping out the tree.
You still see a little. You still see a little poison on it.
That's fine.
Not a lot though.
That's fine.
But anyways.
Is that other thing poisonous? The thing we killed in the basement?
Oh, you mean
Or the house?
the creature?
Yeah, the spider hobgoblin.
As far as you know, it wasn't. Anyways. Denier goes on. For a while when I was younger, before my father was gone, before he had died, my mother had gone missing for several months. My father almost gave up No matter how hard we tried looking for her, she just seemed to have vanished. I don't know. She came back, but she was never the same. She was colder. always seemed to be on edge.
Where did she go? What location?
I don't know. He looks at you and he's just like, she disappeared as if she was kidnapped. But nobody in town knew anything. See, we stay here just outside of the city walls because you do actually it does cost a lot to live inside.
Yeah.
And the villages around here are normally incredibly safe because we have the protection of the guards. And the silver shield, of course, as he looks over to the gentleman there, and they just kind of they do a little curtsy bow because that is their jobs. And that's why you see so many of them kind of come in and out. The silver shield are all over Gano.
I feel like something's sketchy.
Not
with his story.
I was about to say.
Not with his story.
So I was the final blow to that wretched creature.
Oh yeah, you're freaking you've launched it into an inferno.
All I did was stare at it and go like this.
Fire. You didn't even say anything. You just fire. Let there be flames.
Let this creature suffer.
Well, I mean, thanks to him, she couldn't move to save her life. But anyways, he doesn't know anything much about it. And he looks at you all and says, "Don't worry, she hasn't touched me.
Okay.
She was afraid of accidentally turning me into one of them. She was planning on trying to, though. But she didn't want to make me like any of the creatures that you guys have fought. She wanted to try to make me a perfect copy of her.
That's
That way I would have kept my sanity."
I don't know what kind of sanity she had, bro.
She didn't.
Exactly.
The thing is, she seemed fine for a long time, but then father died. And then she just lost it. I was the only thing keeping her up, apparently. But when I started talking about how I needed to find a wife to take care of the farm and to keep progressing in life, she started trying to search out people to be my potential partner.
Oh.
At first, it seemed nice. It seemed fine. Like she was trying to be, a helpful mother. But some of the women that were in town, of course, the ones she thought were worthy of me were the ones of noble birth.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they said no. Sonia was one of the girls I grew up with, and we did have a strong relationship, but neither one of us felt that way about each other. Mallory was another one that we grew up and we were always good friends, but the thing is, neither one of us liked each other that way. And besides, she was engaged to another man, and I certainly was not going to try to intervene. But my mother would not hear that, and chose to go down a very dark path. And she started kidnapping victims. My mother didn't know how to kill, and I don't even know how she learned to kill. At this moment, you think back to the book of How to Kill for Dummies.
I actually was thinking of that.
I say she had no experience killing. As far as I knew, she never had the stomach for it. She wouldn't even slaughter the animals. That was my father's job.
And that explains why we found so many demi-wraiths in town.
Yeah.
Instead of just, it changes the dead anyways, but still.
I say, as far as I know, the only person that I know that my mother killed was Sonia. The first girl that she asked to be with me. And supposedly another girl was found in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
I confronted her and told her that if she didn't stop what she was doing, that I'd have no choice but to turn her over to the Silver Shields. He turned to the Silver Shields. I did what I needed to try to protect my mother, but I would never let her get away with murder. Silver Shield begrudgingly accept that answer, considering the fact that they understand that it's your mother. Obviously, you didn't want to kill her, but it was murder, and you shouldn't have supported it in the first place. In the meantime, but then he turns to you all, to you lot, and says, "Then you guys showed up. You guys so you kind of tracked down everything that she was doing. You even picked up on things that even the Silver Shields weren't noticing. And Delaker just kind of nods as as you guys notice that Delaker is now carrying Mallory. She's okay. I made sure that any wounds that she had were healed. No problems, White Mage.
I found the spell save thing. You have to beat the DC for whatever class it is. So you have to get higher than whatever number.
Oh, you have to be higher. Okay.
Yeah, because it's a...
So 2 points of fire damage.
Okay. Just that solid extra point. But actually, technically...
Like when I'm trying to climb something or push something really heavy, there's a DC I have to beat. I have to beat that.
And actually, technically, fire damage did double damage in this case, so...
my 8 points of damage did 16.
Creature takes 2.
Yep, and then once it hits after the initial damage, it gets doubled.
Oh, it wasn't 16. It was 8 plus 5.
That would be 12.
26.
Yep, 26.
So much damage. 4 points.
I had that all marked down.
My brain is officially fried right now.
No, it's okay.
That's fine.
my brain is officially...
Dolly?
Game?
Ooh.
Game?
But anyways.
Game?
He continues on. I can never thank you guys enough for everything that you've done.
Thank us more.
I was trying to do research into my mother's condition, and the closest thing I came was a book that was in the house that talked about something called the Fire Within Project. And Dalaker looks at them and nods. This is exactly something that they would be working on. He kind of explains, it's like, you can read the book. No, I don't read Infernal. He says, so matter-of-factly. The demonic language that, as far as I know, nobody in this section of the world would understand it. Damien might, but very little. If we wanted to read Infernal, we'd either have to find a vampire or find a tiefling. And tieflings have not left the underground caverns in a very long time. Their kingdom had suffered very, very much during the monster invasions.
Well, that wasn't the only book we found. There was another one.
Yes, there was. Gallagher says, presenting the journal.
Maybe we should give it to...
This is something the Silver Shields and Damien need to see. This is evidence proving that Denier was not involved in any of the killings.
Yeah, but what if we turn it over to them, then he's never going to get his mother's journal.
This is true. This is why he presents it to Denier.
You just make a copy of it.
I think that's basically the goal. Denier is an educated boy, so he would be the one to do it.
We could always ask him nicely to make a copy of it.
Where did you
give
get
the
the
copy of...
Where is Harvey dead?
And then give the copy to the...
That's
Two-Face. Oh, Harvey Dent, I'm glad you're...
Heads you live, tails you die.
Alright, continue. Story. Let's do this.
I say this is best to do this in town, though. As Dalaker looks at Denier, I will leave it to you to come make a copy of this journal. Everything in its contents. I will be there to observe the entire situation, because I cannot let anything happen to this. Otherwise, you will go to jail for her crimes, because there'll be nothing to prove that he wasn't involved.
Mm-hmm.
all they have.
I will protect you. He just draws him here.
I say, Dalaker put
I got another pet.
Everybody gets on their horses.
Derpy.
Dalaker is going to kind of situate Mallory to the point where she can...
I'm riding back with Denier.
Because Derpy...
I was about to say, there ain't nobody want to ride on Derpy except for you.
Yeah! With him in his cobalt. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, your Cobalt, by the way, is kind of sleeping on you the entire time and is just waking up. It kind of makes some hand symbols telling you, everything okay? It kind of curls back up around your neck. Not choking you. but kind of just locks it, wraps its tail around its own arm, so that way it can kind of just keep laying on you. It's a decent sized kobold, but it's like it found a way to comfortably lay there. At this point, for those of you who don't know, it's still a decent sized kobold. It's still like 2-3 feet tall. It's just that
he's got a scarf.
I got a decent sized scarf there. Pretty big. And it has a face.
If you're not paying attention, you miss it.
Hey, even I miss it. I forget he's
so there. You guys ride back to town?
Yep.
Alright. Be prepared for the ride.
By the way, for those of you guys wanting to know how much of a severity that damage was, basically this creature took a lightning bolt through the side of its body. And I'm not talking like a lightning bolt. I'm talking like someone shot like lightning straight out of the sky right through this creature.
Level 9 lightning bolt.
Yes, essentially.
You guys want to know something great? I didn't even use that dagger that they gave us to specifically kill this monster.
Yeah, because we didn't need to. We're powerful enough as it is.
Luckily, this whole
about to say if that Drider situation would have gotten worse, people could have gotten infected.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And the Silver Shield members would have tried to actually kill you.
Yeah.
They were being mind controlled to try to kill you, but that was different. If this creature would have like started biting or clawing,
there's a dragon sitting on the mat.
would have been different. But anyways, you ride back into town, and you notice that the Silver Shield members you see a look of relief on their face as you guys ride in, and unfortunately they look at Denyer with narrow eyes.
As if he was the cause for this.
About to say, but Dalker is riding with Mallory, so everybody's kind of seems at ease. The Silver Shields are taking up the back, and Dalker and I'd assume Cateus are in the front.
Sure.
But I say everybody else is in the middle for security reasons.
I'm just gonna
and safety reasons.
I was gonna say I should probably be in the middle.
Yeah, that's exactly. Denier's gonna
and I'm in the way front or in the way back, going to
You get to you guys in no time get to the Silver Shields headquarters, and they're waiting outside is Ryga, and you also see what was the name of Mallory's husband to be?
Michael.
Mike.
No.
I'll spit on names.
Mikhail,
no. I'm trying to remember. I have it written.
While you're flipping through your notes, what does that dagger exactly do? All I have written is that it's a dagger that destroys evil.
Yes, it is a dagger.
Just destroys it.
Literally is a dagger that was designed to kill undead or infernal creatures. They do get a chance to try to save, but it's a very, very powerful magic dagger.
Undead or what?
Undead or infernal.
Infernal.
gods.
I have a lot of notes.
Or devils.
I'm going to make up a name for right now, and I will probably talk about later how I got the name wrong. So we're going to go with... be a good name for this character off the top of my head.
Oh, shit.
Michael.
Mikhail.
Mikhail.
Yeah, Mikhail. Let's call him that. Mikhail is when Rygar are waiting in front of the Silver Shield's headquarters, and they see you guys riding up, and they see Mallory laying, kind of passed out, still leaning against Dalliker. And the look of worry is there, but then Dalliker just kind of says, just kind of a nod of appreciation. She's alive. She's just unconscious.
Dead. She's dead.
And non-infected, I made sure. The look on Mikhail's face is absolutely, the one of absolute relief. Because you guys can see that he has several injuries. And one massive, it looks as if there was a hole in his shoulder. As if, the creature's claws dug right through his shoulder.
I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for everything that you've done. As he takes... I
got a nat one for perception.
Wow, you have a scar!
You're pain.
I was say, yeah, you see him take Mallory, but you see him wince at carrying her weight.
Doing okay there, buddy?
Yeah, when the creature broke in, she was initially chasing.
Did anyone die? Oh wait.
As far as anybody can tell, no. There were no casualties in this.
Douchebag is still alive.
I was about to say.
A way of asking without making it seem like I noticed it.
I was about to say he was chasing Sir Douchebag over there, but unfortunately he was was in the headquarters and ran into the main room, where at that point she noticed Mallory. Ryga.
Way to make him notice.
She jumped directly
so
at.
It's his fault that
she jumped directly at Mallory and them. Ryga was the first one to react, and Ryga kind of nodded. No, he kind of nods, and he kind of shows off the blade a little bit. It's
I got a blade too. I got 2 of them.
A very rare weapon. This is a blade of thunderbolts.
Very nice.
I created it using the powers of a lightning dragon that I murdered.
Oh jeez. Not into Slade, just murdered that dragon.
Well, I was the co-founder of the Silver Shields 400 years ago.
Holy Jesus!
As he kind of shows off one eye, and it appears dragonic.
Oh, it's pretty fancy.
Well, you'd be glad to know that the creature's dead.
I still got my half dragonborn and a half
Combination of poison and fire.
Good to know. He says,
putting
making you swear back. Of course. Unfortunately, that creature had also tried to use a infectious mist.
Oh.
Fortunately, I used this as he shows his other blade. A blade. He basically explains how it's a blade of wind. And you notice that it looks very similar to the blade, that wind blade that you have, by the way, that you're still carrying.
Actually, I'm not.
You're carrying. Yeah, sorry, it's in the alternate.
Yeah.
But you'll notice that this one seems refined and well made, well crafted. I used it to cast a wind barrier around the surrounding people, so that way they wouldn't get infected.
You know, that sword looks kind of familiar.
I have 14 for insight.
That's 14 insight to see if he's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's telling 100% the truth. Ryga's not lying.
Ryga's no liar.
Ryga is looking you dead face in the eyes and telling you facts. And most of these people, most members of the Silver Shield are kind of nodding along.
I'm going to summon that Senator and be like, that sword kind of looks like this one.
He takes it from you so you can take a look. This is indeed a wind blade. A very powerful one as well. I'd be very cautious using this. It took me a long time to master my weapon. But I say he explains how this weapon can actually do 5d10 damage, wind damage. But you have to roll to see if you can actually control it. And if you fail, you take half damage back at you.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah, no.
It's kind of like that cursed weapon Carson found.
Let's just... Hold on. So, just a normal, non-magical slash from this thing does 2d6. Well, 1d6 and then plus 1d6 slashing, yeah. So 2d6.
Yeah. It
also does 5d10 wind damage.
Yes.
That if I can't control, I take half of.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, buddy.
Even whether you hit or not, you still take the damage.
You don't need to go into the bathroom.
He explains how this weapon was not crafted by a master. Like, as he pulls out his blade and he shows you the very obvious differences in the crafting styles.
Well, one was given to you by the...
By the goblin.
No.
I took it from the goblin.
Yeah, you took it from the goblin, but
You just
technically,
yeah, he's like, oh, cool, you killed him.
let you keep it.
That was where my line
He
started.
essentially handed it to you.
Since I wasn't lying, I was being truthful. No, the goblin tried to kill me with it, so I killed it and took it. It's mine now.
Yeah, you're not explaining that you killed it in the bank where they kept all the magical items.
Yeah, I just didn't say that part.
He shows you the obvious difference in the craftsmanship. And you see that this one was a little bit more crudely made, as if like the blade itself was not meant to control this power, and that's why there's a shot of the repercussions. As he points out, learn to master this blade, and maybe we'll talk about maybe making some changes so it's more like mine.
So what would I have to roll to be safe?
Basically, it would be since it's a mastery of the weapon, it would be like I'd say either a Constitution or an Arcane roll to control it. I'd probably say Constitution because of the fact that it would be like, oh, your will save.
Okay. Welcome back, Thunder.
And what would the DC be for that?
Well, the DC for that would probably be, because of the fact that this is considered a weapon that can use basically level 5 magic.
Probably pretty high.
Probably pretty high. I'd probably say you have to roll around a 20 for it to not to have a side effect. I mean, that's the side effects of not having
I know, that's crazy. Roll 20, you said Constitution save?
Yeah, 20 Constitution save. Basically, this is meant for somebody who was built to stand a hit. Even Daliker would have a hard time using that weapon.
I mean, since it's only half damage, if I used it right away, I could take it.
Oh, you could take it if it blasted back at you.
But only one time.
And there's still a chance you could still fall.
Mm-hmm. Roll DC 20, which means I have to get 21 or higher, or take half damage.
Or nat 1.
That's what I'd say. If you know anybody, if you could find a magic person who can create something that'll help you on Constitution saving throws.
I need to see.
Like rings of Constitution and stuff like that. This would be the time to go looking for that. They probably don't have a magic shop here in town, but there are other places too. Raiga explains how there are other like magical item stores in some of the bigger cities.
Mm-hmm.
But I say most of the magic items in this area are under protection in the bank.
Is there a magic ring of talking?
There might be. Who knows?
An amulet of communication.
Yes!
You now know 6 languages in addition to what you already know.
That's actually a thing. You know that, right?
Oh, I'm sure it is.
An amulet of communication.
I'm going to search for this.
Oh, of course. The initial ability is the being able to be multilingual.
Yeah, my 5th edition Rogoth character.
Yeah.
He can speak. I think it was 7 or 8 languages.
Dang.
Yeah.
But anyways,
no, it was 5 or 6 because he has the lingual feat, which gives you +3. Plus, he's a scholar, which gives him +2 more languages. I think it was plus. Him being human, he speaks common plus 1 other language. Mm-hmm. So I think it's about 6 maybe 7.
Continuing on.
Yeah, sorry.
He sheaths his own weapon. Thing is, my weapon can do much more. As he kind of demonstrates, as he creates a kind of sphere of wind around him. You can feel the wind blowing in every direction.
Damn.
This is what happens when you master magic. And there's a reason why I am the leader of the Silver Shields. As he puts his blade away and hands you back yours.
You throws into the air. Basically.
Use it wisely. That's all I have to say.
Metagaming for a second, I almost tried slashing the door.
Oh, I know. I remember when you were going to. I'm like, oh my.
No, in the basement, like just now.
Oh wow!
To open the door to free Denyer. I thought about trying to slash through the hinges.
Dude, if you would have succeeded, there's a chance you would have not only gone through that sword, you would have gone through Denyer.
I know. I was just thinking, like, I'm glad I did this. Plus, I would have probably died.
This is like concentrated wind. This could have actually broken through the stone.
Last resort.
Yeah, this is a last resort weapon.
Last resort or start strong.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. This is like there's a demon in front of me weapon.
This is a Okay, all of my friends are dying, and I have 1 hit point left.
This will go perfect with my full restore.
If he had 1 hit point left and he tried to use that sword, there's a good chance it'd kill him. He'd like insta kill him. Like he'd use it. He hits the repercussion. He gets the repercussions. He takes max damage. Let's just say he does max damage. Does 62 points of damage. And he would take 36 points of damage to his health.
My max is 35.
So he would insta die.
Just
no,
I got you, bitch. Kind of explodes.
I would say no saving throw, no death saving throws. He would go instantly to negative 35 and die. He would collapse.
Yo.
He would collapse and explode from wind just blowing up inside of him. Well, there are items that if you try to use them and failed, they could kill you instantly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I say this is one of those things.
Carson's cursed sword that never misses. Even if you missed, it hit. So he could have flailed off over here and broke his arm.
Well, it's a cursed item for a reason.
Just
Anyways,
your arm is now
You know, I'm
dangling
glad I
off
have
your-
that thing sitting in an alternate dimension because I have the other 3 golden scimitars I'm just carrying around. What if I grab the wrong one? Oh no, I dropped my long sword. Good thing I have all these scimitars. Swing, swing, woo, swing. Just out of nowhere, like, oh, this was the wrong decision.
Imagine if you would have done that 1 level prior and your health lower.
Oh. Oh.
All of the
Oh.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Oh!
No,
all that.
Exactly.
Anyways,
he continues on. They explains how since he had to use his sword to protect everybody else from getting infected, they gave her gave the Demi-Wraith, the perfect Demi-Wraith, the opportunity to go after Mallory, which Mikhail explains how he tried to fight the creature and did not go well. And essentially, he, as a last resort, to prevent Mallory from getting captured, he took a full-on claw attack to the body, pierced him in 2 sections of his shoulder and about 1 in his abdomen. He barely survived, essentially. He explained how the clerics literally told him if he would have lost any more blood, he would have died. By the end of it all. Mallory came out unscathed, though. And according to Mikhail, that was all he needed to know.
so they already took care of his potential.
Yeah, he's literally standing against the cleric's orders.
But he's fine.
But he's fine. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. He does not feel good right now, and in fact, he shouldn't be doing this physical activity, especially with his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna mend his armor. Just
Mended. So you were successful. But and then Raiga explained how as the creature tried to escape, he took 1 last shot with his lightning sword and caught it completely, literally cleaned it through the ribs, and as it ran away.
So that's why that thing was so easy to kill, as I'm sitting there just
pondering in your mind.
Yep.
Raiga explained how if he would have had a 1-on-1 shot with this monster, he could have killed
this
it.
incredulous look on my face, like.
He did explain how he didn't understand how the creature was so powerful, though. This is something that he said. Raiga explains that how this monster seemed so much stronger than most of the monsters. He hasn't had to fight something this strong since the war.
I fought in a war once.
War never changes.
Just pondering.
How could the Silver Shield ever thank you for all the things that you've done?
You got any rings of constitution?
Raiga looks at you. Not that easy.
I had to try.
He lifts up his hand and you see that he's wearing 3 of them.
Oh gosh.
I need these for a reason.
That was worth a shot.
You think these 2 weapons are the only things that are incredibly powerful that I have? As he shows, he has innate magical abilities. We us brothers have to stick together, you know.
Oh my god!
As you see a weapon appear in his hand.
Ooh.
But you notice that this weapon is much different than anything you've ever seen.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Honestly,
I haven't talked in so long. My character hasn't talked in so long. Yeah,
this guy has never spoken. Can we do something about that for him?
Ryga looks up to you, walks up to you.
He can't even make any throat noises. That's how powerful this curse was.
You've been cursed. No, he's making observations.
Okay.
Everyone assumed you were a mute. That's why they never questioned it. Like they thought you were born a mute. Which is not uncommon, by the way. He kind of looks at you. You pissed someone off, didn't you? A witch. Very powerful one. He kind of looks you in the eye with his draconic-looking eye. I can't cure you of this, unfortunately. You're gonna need something stronger than what I got. But I could do a little something for you. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a ring. This ring has a charge. Basically, what it does is people with a curse can be lifted for about 10 minutes every day. This ring was developed in case somebody had an illness, a cursed illness, or say a cursed situation such as yours. Gave you the ability to do the things you wanted to do, but again, it only works for 10 minutes a day. That is the only amount of magical charge that it has. If you want to cure this, I don't think Gano has what you need. Maybe the capital might have what you need.
Contains your dice from this.
He tells you New Fremont has some of the wizarding type that might be able to help you, and that's also where the Guild of the Manadiers headquarters is located. They're the other main guild here in Gano. They specialize in curses and magical items, as well as magic in general. If anybody would know how to lift your curse, they would be the one. But this ring will help you talk for at least 10 minutes a day. He hands it to you, drops it in your hand. Use it wisely. Is there anything else that I can thank you guys with?
Do you have any spare plate mail laying around?
Unfortunately, in nowadays world, we do not. We have plate mail custom made.
How about splint?
He looks at you. We don't have a lot of blacksmiths here in town, sir.
I
you
thought
guys
so.
have a quarterstaff that a wizard would be able to use?
Easily. Our armory is huge. We keep a vast array. He actually looks at you all and say, how about on the house we give you guys some silver weapons. Just in case you run into any supernatural creatures.
Okay.
He looks at one of his people. Could you get to work on some silver weapons for these folks? But I say, he looks at you and explains how armor was custom crafted during the graduation of a Silver Shield member.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for Silver Shield armor, just standard.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. They're blacksmiths. There are specific blacksmiths that make plate mail or split mail. Like chain mail is easy to come across. Most blacksmiths can do it, but like plate mail, a little bit rarer. But then you see, while you guys are asking for that stuff, he looks at the mute once more. You seem to have become attached to the horses.
Derp.
We breed these horses so commonly that we always have a few extra. You all look like you need steeds if you're going to go from town to town.
My turn.
he sees you hugging the horse. He just kind of looks at you. You're a strange one. Okay.
Doesn't say nay. He says, nope! That's how he nays and nerps.
I'm glad my kobold is the only normal thing I own.
You have a pet kobold. That's not normal.
Dude, I trained this.
True.
There are 2 more things that I can offer you for now. He hands each of you what looks to be a Silver Shield medallion. These are sigils that prove that you are a friend to the Silver Shield.
We already have those.
No, you got stuff that makes you official
one.
members of
Gano.
Yeah, Heroes of Gano and Friends of Krestik and Heroes of Krestik.
Yeah,
but,
we have an emblem of Krestik in the.
But this is different. The guilds are act outside the laws.
Yeah.
But this basically means that you are a friend and a hero to the Silver Shield. This is a completely different thing.
So I know, but it's different from the Silver Shield insignia amulet that we have.
Yes.
Okay.
The Silver Shield insignia means that you have earned place amongst Gano's finest, but having an actual having this specific item, a medallion of the Silver Shield, proves that you have earned yourself, you've earned pride and have earned be deserving of praise. You have done great things for the Silver Shield. Basically, you can only get these from Riga.
So it's like a super omega ultimate upgrade from the insignia amulet.
Essentially. The amulet works for anybody here in Gano. Any citizen of Gano, in any town of Gano, if they see the symbol of the Silver Shield that you got from Davian, they recognize you as a hero of Krestik and a hero of Gano.
Mm-hmm.
But now the medallion of the Silver Shield, if any of the guild members see that, they recognize you as a hero of the Silver Shields. Typically, a Silver Shield member would have to do something of great honor to earn one of these. But I say, very rarely do outsiders get it. But considering the threat of the monster that you guys killed, and the threat and being able to actually save somebody, save the people with as few murders as possible. There are a lot of roles that, I had literally different paths written down that if you guys would have failed.
Oh, shit.
I could use some silver arrows.
We could easily have those arranged for you, but
we can only make silver longsword.
But we can only make so many silver arrows for you. We keep those we keep making silver weapons as a last silver arrows as kind of a last resort, because the fact that arrows are breakable, as he explains. Swords and all the axes and so on, they can be repaired. Arrows, we'd have to completely replace the shaft, and that's if we didn't lose the arrowhead inside the creature. Anyways, he continues on. Basically, yes, it is an upgrade, and basically now the guilds recognize you. Because the guild, remember, as I explained, the guilds act outside of the laws of the land. Because the guilds can act as a special enforcement. Because they're essentially the first line of defense. And the second thing I can do, for you anyways, he kind of snaps his fingers, and some person shows up with a little bit of quill, ink, and paper.
Here's a notebook.
No. He starts writing things.
I'm sorry. I kill myself. Jesus.
This is a note from me to the leader. It's the guild leader of the Manadeer. If you give this to them, they will recognize you as my friend, and they will help you to the very best of their abilities, if they know what's best for them.
I choose this card in attack mode.
Oh, yes, and of course, a money pay for killing a creature that was on the bounty board.
Ooh.
See, us guild members, we have this thing called the bounty board where we hunt monsters, and we have different prize money for each of those.
I should tell you, Danier's not a threat.
But I say he was just about to get to that. Don't worry.
Letter from...
Let me explain this first, and then we'll get to that.
Dog, chicken, duck.
If you want
See,
to.
now, the initial price on this creature's head was around 10,000 gold.
Holy!
But, because I
Did
most of the work.
Yeah.
I will still grant you 1,000 gold of the prize money.
What?
As he presents a bag.
Is that like 1,000 each or 1,000 split?
1,000 split between
Okay.
between you four.
Day!
No, not
Yeah.
1,000 each.
I know. That's like,
No.
Day! No, it's been
It's a lot, this is a lot. That's a lot of gold you just got right there.
I know.
And remember what this creature is.
And we just started our campaign. The little, like, we can't
It's
get
almost
too
a-
rich too quick.
It's almost as if it's foreshadowing. Any hoozles. Then Ryga, his smile and grin turns to a scowl.
Oops.
As for you, come forward, Denya. Denya walks up very nervously. You guys can tell.
You're fired.
You then notice that he takes out his lightning blade. Give me one reason why I shouldn't execute you right here and now.
I just told you he's not a threat.
At the same time,
his
his mother was murdering people.
If you want to, you can release him into my custody. I will watch him.
There is no reason to do that.
Oh my god!
This is when Dalaker walks forward and says, "Actually, Raga, this journal here will actually exonerate him of any of these crimes, as in this journal," as Dalaker, who looks over to you and he says, as I took the time to read it, this journal
Yeah,
explain...
because you stole it.
Would you have rather left this going? They would have murdered. There's a good chance he... He looks over at her and says, looks over at you and says, "Is it really stealing from a monster?"
Well, you never know if she was gonna write something more down.
She wasn't a monster at first,
Exactly, and that's what the journal explains. It explains the whole thing that went down.
Stealer.
And he presents it. It also proves that she murdered those women without her son's knowledge. And it also even talks. The last entry talks about how her son turned against her and threatened to turn her into you guys. He was innocent in all this.
I'm still waiting for the plot twist.
He's
The mastermind. Vampire Lord of Hell.
Ryga looks through the journal a little bit.
We were actually gonna have him write a copy and give it to you guys.
That won't actually be necessary, as he turned over to his friend. This here is a master scholar. Take the reading glasses and make a copy. It should be done within the hour.
There you go.
And then we can go on our master quest and... Holy shit, I might as well not sleep today.
What is sleep?
Good point. Get home.
He then turns to Denya. And then he turns to the crowd of people that were out there watching this all happen. "Listen to me, all of you. I am Ryga of the Silver Shield, slayer of the Great Lightning Dragon and the Great Wind Dragons. I declare Denya here innocent of the crimes that have been put before him. Therefore, from this day forward, he is not a wanted man, and he can live amongst his life as any normal person should be allowed. If any of you decide to try to come after him or cause him any problems due to these crimes, you will have to deal directly with me."
Nope.
And everybody kind of looks at him, and then he kind of pops his swords out slightly, and they all flinch.
Good choices.
He smiles at that and puts his swords fall right back into their sheaths. That's what I thought. Thank you.
I love you, good people.
As he turns back to Dinya. Should be thankful that the cleric decided to bring the book.
Should be thankful that the cleric decided to steal the book or take the book.
It's not a crime. Literally, the cleric was looking through his options. And
he stole it up from underneath my nose.
That's because you wouldn't.
And I didn't know he had it.
You weren't listening to logic.
I took it first, and he took it from me. That's stealing my property because it was mine.
Technically,
we investigated it, and then he took it from me to look at it further.
And then just went like this.
And then sleight of hand.
You then see the butler from the Maria's home. Oh, yes. You see him walk up. Oh, Mr. Tenier, thank God you're okay. Yes, I am okay, thank you. Oh, we're so worried. You see him kind of fidgeting with his tie. Thank you, lads.
Of
course.
Perception check.
Perception 4. For the butler.
Why is he fidgeting?
Why is he fidgeting? Alright, roll me insight.
19?
He is nervous as hell. This is a gigantic crowd. This is a butler. But I say this is a butler who literally stays in the house
You
all the time.
never know.
That's true. That's true. In a D&D campaign, you can never be too sure.
It's always the butler.
But he's nervous.
The butler always does it.
He's naturally nervous. He's afraid of the crowd, especially since normally his masters are the ones who take care of the crowds.
What was the butler's name?
No idea.
Dennis.
I don't think I ever gave him a name.
I don't think you did.
There you go, Dennis.
We named him Dennis.
Okay, his name's Dennis now.
His name is now Dennis.
As if someone had a stutter and tried to call him Dennis.
A lisp? Sorry,
Dennis.
anybody with a lisp.
Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate you. I appreciate it.
Ho there, Dennis. Ease the nerves. You're in good company here. Except for that guy.
He looks He looks over to you and he says, "Yes, Mr. Cateus, thank you so much. The family owes you so much." Yes, that's what he said. That is how.
Denyer Fnifnir.
Dennis,
Come back to the Fnifnir estate and obtain crumpets. Looking after the poor people.
They're that family.
The Fnifnir.
Yes.
Oh my god.
How do you even spell that?
Fnifnir. It's spelled F because they don't bother with the PH. They're too lowly.
Yeah, exactly.
For the poor heathens. I would say it'd be FNYEH and then again.
Yeah, that's about as accurate as I can put it.
Maybe like 3 H's at the end, so it goes like If you say fnifnir, that's not right. It's fnifnir.
Well, you have to understand, Denya was a very weird name for a farmer child.
Now it's even better.
Now it's better because he's in a rich family. He's Denya.
The third.
No, he's the first. He's the first.
No, he's number one.
He's number one.
First fnifnir.
Well, he comes from the long line of fnifnirs, but
quite the bloodline, the fnifnirs.
Ever since his great-great-great-great grandfather. Ever since his great-great-great-great-grandfather Edward Fnifnir, who helped create the money system.
Yes.
We're going to kill Abby.
One of these days, it's fine. Just don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
You know, Riga looks at you and says, "Please rest. Take a couple of days. This is. I know you. He looks at you and says, "I know that you have."
For rest right now.
Mr. Mayor Damien informed me that you guys will be taking on a mission and helping take care of a post that keeps getting stolen from.
Yes.
In that case, take this time to rest. You probably will need it these next couple of days.
Probably.
Because this will be the least of your guys' worries.
Questions.
Answers.
How many and what weapons did he give us that were silver?
He's essentially going to give him and the Silver Shield are essentially going to give you each a weapon of your a copy of each of your weapons of silver.
So I'm gonna have 3 axes.
Cool.
But he's not going to copy all of your blades. He's just going to copy your major weapons.
Yeah, I was thinking
okay,
first
so I'm
my
gonna
long
have
sword.
4.
Long arrows.
Yeah, and he will. They're willing to
I
give.
don't need 8 silvers. I don't need 8 scimitars.
I
can't carry that.
So essentially, he's going to give you a set of 20 silver arrows, and a quarter staff that's been lined with silver.
Oh, my bad.
I think
4
I also asked for a
battle
long
axes.
sword, too.
Just 2 of them will be silver.
I think I also asked for a long sword, too.
I say he will comply with that, because of the fact that you are a wizard that's been trained in sworddom.
And the fact that I'm an elf.
Yes,
Trained
that's
in
kind of the point.
3 things.
In your case, he is willing to give you a silver version of your glaive and a silver version of your scimitar.
1 of your
Long sword.
He offered to do the same thing for Daliker, but his weapon's already been laced with silver.
Cheater. No.
No,
Can we cash in on some of those arrows too, or is that too much?
No, I think he could pull that off. Well, actually, let me roll to see how well his reserves are. Oh no, they're doing fine. Yeah, he'll give you a set of 20 silver arrows. We had these extra.
just laying around.
I say, well, you got to remember, most of the creatures they can just easily have the arrows blessed, and then they do a ton of damage as well.
Homina.
Silver is used for those who can't bless their weapons.
Oh, hold on. I just imagine some dude sitting over blessing the homina.
But in that case, you guys got to be careful. You guys got to be careful how you pronounce which weapons you pull.
Oh yeah.
Because there's your regular weapons, and then there are your silver weapons.
Well,
I'm just making a point. Just saying a thing.
well, I got them separated. I got my 2 at my hip, and then the 2 at my back.
All of a sudden, I've heard enough.
Who's that?
Sir Douchebag walks up to you.
No,
I challenge Sir Douchebag.
Sir Douchebag says, "The question now to know is you, Catatus, will accept my challenge."
What possible challenge could you pose to me?
Said, "That slap that I gave you was me throwing down the gauntlet to a duel. A battle of honor."
What honor is there in a man who complains about somebody saving him in his home?
You damaged my roof and damaged my reputation.
You damaged your own reputation with your insolent insults about me trying to stop the monster that was running around on top of your home, which is what damaged your shingles. Because, in case you haven't noticed, with your intelligence of 5, my feet are not claws. So if you would use your brain and inspect your roof, you would be able to tell that I wasn't walking around shoving spikes into your ceiling.
And yet we both know that you were not meant to be up on the roof in the first place.
And I don't think you're meant for the silver shields.
Ooh.
Boom! The whole everyone around so silent.
I'm always so silent.
Burn, Katis!
He deserves it.
Burn, literally.
Well, now the question is, do you accept my challenge?
Why not?
Care to put a little wager on it?
Well, considering I need my money, I think kicking your ass will be plenty.
Well, not for money.
Oh, well then what are you wagering?
Well, I'll tell you this. You say that I'm not worthy of the silver shields.
And with a piss-poor attitude like that, clearly not.
If you were to succeed, I will decline my invitation to join the Silver Shields in their training. I've already been quite trained in it, and I will return back to my home. But if you are able to successfully beat me, I will give you each citizenship to New Fremont. Something you can't earn without being a privileged member of Gano. In other words, the upper crust. Of course, none of you would know what that means.
I don't know. I'm kind of a crusty bitch over here.
But if I win...
Insight?
Yeah, you can roll insight.
Nope. 8.
What? No way!
Well, I rolled a nat 20 on that one.
The upper crust?
The crustiest of bread. I love that stuff.
But if I win, the first thing first is I would want an apology from you in front of everyone. And secondly...
An apology for what?
For your recklessness.
For breaking your window.
For your recklessness... for your recklessness and your negligence of the laws, considering the fact that you're not supposed to be on other people's roofs.
If there's a fine for that, I'll pay the fine. As for you staying in the Silver Shields, honestly, I could care less. I just want your attitude to change. It really sucks.
And if I win, I want you to tell me all the secrets of this mystic mountain.
See, I find it appropriate that she's laughing at you, just so you know.
Well, here's the thing. He's one of the few people who knows what Mystic Mountain is. He knows stuff about it.
That's actually really crazy.
He says, I've been planning an expedition to the...
He's from there?
I've been planning an expedition to the Mystic Mountain for quite some time, and I want to know as much about it as possible.
I want to roll another insight check.
I can't tell you everything, because nobody alive knows everything.
But you're from there, so you're the only one who knows first-hand experience.
True.
18 for an insight?
He's telling the truth. He's actually one of the few people who actually knows this location.
I was talking about all his talking.
What do you mean about him? About having to be an actual member of New Fremont to walk in? Yes, that's actually true. New Fremont is literally...
I was talking about everything prior.
That's the capital. You can't enter the capital without either being invited by the king, or being a high-ranking member of of either one of the guilds.
Everything he said before is what she's talking about.
Such as
everything he said before that you had to be a member of Fremont in order to get in.
Oh, you mean about how you're not making? I'm trying to.
His wagering.
That was him challenging me.
Yeah, the whole thing was him challenging him, and then talking about how the things that he's willing to offer.
So he actually knows, like, a path. Like, he can write down on a map how to get to Mystic Mountain.
Yes.
Cool, because I've been delirious for like the last week. So that'd be really nice to know how to get back to the mountain.
Well, here's the problem. You've never really been down the mountain before. Like, you've been to the base, but you've never been anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't know where on the continent, any of the continents, that the Mystic Mountain would be.
Exactly.
You legitimately, after everything was said and done, you just remember riding Salty into town, and then...
That was it.
That was
Here
it.
I am.
You ended
Saving the day.
You ended up on a coastline, nowhere near any of the mountains. I may be one of the few nobles that knows the location of Mystic Mountain, as only lore and story have been told about it.
You got this.
So what do you say? A friendly duel, if you don't. If you don't care for that, then how about this in exchange? If you feel that these conditions are too crazy, how about this? If I win, you give me the information that I want. If you win, I'll give you and your friends memberships to a citizenship status in New Fremont with my connections. Easily done. Safe. And I'll give you the information I have on Mystic Mountain. But I should let you know, I'm not the only one with this information. I had to get it from somewhere.
Who?
Guess you'll have to beat me to find out.
He's not a complete idiot. If you would have told me who, I would just be like, I don't need this. Bye.
I mean, even if
talk to whoever else.
Even if he told you, I don't know if you'd be able to find him. Be pretty difficult.
I could just go talk to the mayor. He seems to know.
Damien doesn't have any idea where this is. He mentioned that to you when you talked
about people who might know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he probably knows. Who knows?
I'd have to roll for that actually.
I mean,
but yeah, no.
He would lead me in the right direction.
Damien's a very well connected guy.
Exactly.
He's
I don't need this asshole.
being the leader of one of the biggest places in Scano. Obviously, he has to know stuff.
Yeah, and if I had a name of who to talk to, I could just say, "Hey, yo, mayor, what do you know about this guy? Where can
Hey,
I
you,
find
Mr.
him to
Man.
get info? I need to go home." Sure, why not? But if I win, I also want you to make me a map of how to get back to the mountain.
I can do the best I can. I am
That's all I ask.
most of the information I have is accurate, but I can never be 100% sure. You know, when money like this gets spent and deals like this get made, you can never be 100% sure.
True. Agreed. If you win, I shall apologize for standing on your roof.
Apologize, and you will give me all the information you do have on this Mystic Mountain.
Which isn't much.
Alright.
Just give him a random mountain location.
No, he knows the location. He just wants to know about the mountain. I haven't been off the mountain yet.
Just give him a bunch of randoms.
I mean, you could
I'll
lie.
be honest, I'm not a liar.
I was about to say, you could lie, but we both know
You're
you're...
pretty good at the lying thing.
No. That's called covering my ass.
Are you sure you've been doing good at the lying thing?
The situation just happened to work out in my favor.
I was
Like,
say,
you know what? I really don't believe this guy, and then things work out the way I said they would, and then they're like, "Oh, he must be telling the truth."
and then I've rolled several times when people are just like, "Why are you lying to me?"
And then it turns out I was right.
like you told the truth to an extent, but then they're like, "Why did you say it like that then?"
It's like I'm socially awkward.
And that is where we will.
the battle.
I want to say, and this is where we will end this session.
Woohoo! Experience.
We will talk about experience after the stream. I will read chat. If there's any chat to read.
No, Riku joined. Scarecrow joined.
How did you link me at something? We were talking this entire time.
What?
On Facebook Messenger.
Oh yeah, I did.
That was a while back.
But that was a while back.
An hour.
Derpy cat.
It is almost 5 a.m. Holy balls.
Yeah.
I told you.
That's why you made the comment. What is sleep?
Because I have to work in the morning.
Or
In like 4 hours.
I freaking have to go to work in like 7 hours.
About the same.
you poor bastards.
Let's see here.
I just
Hello, Ish, Alberto, Nikhil, Jojo, welcome to the chats. I'm about to say Trap Dragon, welcome to the chat.
Trap dragon.
Riku, welcome to the chat.
Welcome to the
Ability, Hyperbreaks, who always hides off camera.
Yo.
How's everyone on this lovely D&D Friday, Saturday morning, since it's almost 4 a.m.?
Well,
Jesus.
And
if he had a bigger camera, I wouldn't be off camera right now. So.
well, look, bigger cameras cost bigger money.
Accurate.
Not to mention, this room isn't exactly built for me to be able to do that. I'd have to angle it either towards that way, and then everyone can see see the kitchen, or this way where everyone can see the windows.
To the window.
To the walls.
On the walls.
Well, I gotta go see you guys. And Winter, if you read this greenly, thanks, my friend. You're probably long gone already, but stay frosty, my friend. OMG, he's still playing this board game? Yes, I'm still playing this game.
I know, right?
Musky Dog, welcome to the chat. I didn't think this would still be going. Hi, y'all. I may or may not have fallen asleep before this game started. I think he forgot he was streaming. No, I didn't forget I was still streaming. I was just...
How is that physically possible?
This is something that needed to be said first.
Reminds me of Bowser running
My
around
phone
and
just died.
Smash this melee.
Mind if I give you your phone to read the rest of the chat? Thank you. Hey, Winter, Scarecrow, welcome to the chat. Playing D&D.
Woo!
The final mission in Fire Emblem Warriors is called Endgame, and I can't play that level due to Endgame spoilers, and I haven't seen it yet. Man, this sucks. Oh well. Oops, Winter lost track of time. Yes, I did. So much.
It's fine.
But then again, we also started at like midnight, so we technically did a 4-hour session.
4.5?
Actually, 4 hours and 45 minutes according to the time on there.
Oh,
Holy balls.
It's fine.
Rip Winter's phone, indeed. Okay.
It's fine.
But with that being said, guys, now that it's almost 5 in the morning, I think it's time for us to end this stream and to all get some sleep. Because, god dang, I actually don't think I'm going to upload anything for tomorrow because I would have to edit whatever I have to upload, and I need to go to sleep.
Tonight anyway, so.
Well, you said you had some videos of ours
I
edited already.
I do, but I need to I get those ready for I gotta get everything, tags, description, all that stuff ready to go because all that stuff is different than the stuff I have.
Okay.
Because there has to be.
And if you do
What
upload... What? Oh god, do I have to...
Yes.
Oh, it's the cat.
Yeah,
My
it's the
God.
cat.
I've seen that video twice today.
But anyways, guys, for those of you guys who stuck around for the almost 5 hours that we streamed, thank you so much.
You have more charisma than I do.
Exactly.
I'm over here trying not to fall asleep.
But I see a lot of honestly, every time we do the D&D stream, I'm always having tons of fun putting these guys through the ringer with all these craziness. Yeah, and aside from them getting 1,000 gold pieces, trust me, you're gonna need them. Getting around to locations around here, not exactly the easiest.
Oh yeah, I plan on selling like half the shit that I have.
Would you mind putting these with those?
Mine?
Yes, just so we have them. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope you guys are enjoying this. We will probably be starting a little bit closer to the time we normally do in the next session. But I say...
And hopefully we'll have our table ordered.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have all our stuff taken care of so that way everything will be taken care of. I'm actually going to be ordering an actual gaming table. So that way we're... You know, it's going to be one of those, like, actual tables that they have. And also have cup holders in it, so it'll be nice.
Hey!
But,
On TFS?
like they have on TFS and the stuff that they have at Paradox here in town. But I kind of figured that it would be better that way because it's a foldable table. Plus, that way we don't have to try to move the kitchen table every time to stream. That would make setup so much faster.
Yeah. And then I could easily set it up after I get the girls down by myself.
Exactly.
No problem.
In the meantime, Abby, Fable T, Briggs, thank you guys so much for coming to join me for another D&D stream. I absolutely always love having...
I'm always at your stream.
I know, but I absolutely love your guys' company. I love doing this. Let's hope that we never have to stop doing the D&D streams, because honestly, I'm having tons of fun. If we end up doing it any other night or anything like that, we probably will do like videos and stuff on it, but for the most part, we're keeping up the stream schedule. There may be some stuff in the future that might interfere slightly with the D&D stream, and that is when you go out of town next month.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll do something special for them. We might do maybe a custom little D&D, like a one-shot D&D stream where we play through a campaign book, or we might just do like a Frosty Talks, where we talk about D&D. Talk about D&D experiences and craziness. I feel like that would be fun.
Like this one time I threw a rock and killed a kobold.
While Nick was sitting next to you?
I got a nat 20 on a rock throw. And did max damage plus the
Use rock throw. It was super effective. In the meantime, guys, thank you all so much for watching this stream.
Not unless it's part fighting or ice
yeah,
or bug or fire.
Okay, Mr. Hank Hill.
Whoa!
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this stream, make sure you press down that like button like there's no tomorrow. And hopefully, guys, we will get to see every single one of you. You. Yes, you. Yes, you. In the next video. So make sure you take care. And you stay frosty. We'll talk to you guys later. When my phone is charged and I'm not talking to the camera.
Where'd winter
Bye bye. Stay frosty.